all know, besides Xavier, if death for longer than 8 hours makes it a long rest?
It does not.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll
That's
be
cute,
right
though.
back. Yeah,
That's
that was
really
a good
cute.
thought, but I'll be right back. No, it's not.
That's
Not how that
right.
works.
You're hoping that
Maybe-
you'll rest when you're dead thing works.
Might have
but-
been maybe back in 1991 that would.
All right, anyways. Okay, hi guys. How are you doing? Welcome to session number 23 of Unlikely Heroes, our Homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have our lovely cast of characters with us right now. They are all here today. We're probably going to be playing just a little bit longer because tomorrow's Memorial Day in the United States, which means that most of us have the day off. Of course, Lucy had to kick it off with a snake eating a sausage. Don't worry, I got something for you. It's not a sausage or a snake. So anyways, just as a quick reminder to anybody popping in, I will not be paying attention to chat, so please bear with me. I do go back and watch this. I actually watched last week's episode twice to make sure that I had all of the fine detail intricacies worked out on my end. But, God, Saber, you already make me want to shut stream down. Anyways, I don't pay attention to chat, so hold on to your pants. We're going to have some fun tonight, hopefully, and yeah, we're going to kind of see what happens. We're going to do a recap real quick, and then we'll take some questions and dive on into it. All right, here we go. Okay, so quick recap. All right, can everyone hear me okay? I know the last couple nights of streaming I've had some issues with people hearing me. Okay, cool.
Good.
So,
That's good.
all right, so quick recap from last time. So, you guys had just entered the, you guys got into the Temple of Paylor in Middleton, where you were awaiting an envoy from Helmcar that supposedly had a raised dead scroll as part of their shipment from the capital city to the trade city, which is Middleton. You paid the priest. I think that happened last time. I'm pretty sure you paid the priest the last time. Is that where we picked up? Is right? Yeah, okay. So you paid the priest. You guys took off for a little while. Came back the next day. You left Bofer's body there. Came back the next day. When you got there, obviously there was some serious conversation between she, Ree, and Gray. Gray was handed a note from a mysterious stranger, which then later went to Doc. You guys went back to the temple the next day, and there, sure enough, was this very lavishly clad dwarven man bearing the heraldry of the Golden Lily. And he was there with his name was Sir Roderick McAvers, and he was there as an envoy from the Helmkarian, the city of Helmkar, the Helmkarian orders of paladins, bringing shipments to Middleton. He offered to perform the raise dead himself, as he is of dwarf blood, and Sigmund is definitely not. He sat down, performed the ritual, brought Bofer back from the brink with his giant golden hand, plucked him from the realm of nothingness and brought him back into the realm of life. After that, there was lots of conversation. I was just telling stream that I had to go back and watch the stream 2 times this week just to make sure I had all of the fine detailed intricacies of what happened last time understood completely by me, because there was a lot of, y'all did some very fine detailed shit that I was like, ooh, they're either setting themselves up for something or I had too much to drink last week, and I don't think it was quite that. Close, but not quite. Anyways, so you guys had a conversation with the paladins. You had a conversation with the priests and the paladins together. She did her, edgelord creep around the room and try to listen in on things, kind of trying to feel out whether or not people could be trusted or not. Bofer went and had a private conversation with Sigmund and Sir Roderick, where Sir Roderick pretty much said, you don't know the half of what you've gotten yourself into. I can give you as much information as my brain could possibly muster and spit it out, but I'm going to need 750 gold pieces. It's going to cover the costs of what I have to do in order to get that information. Bofer's like, fuck it, take these 8 gems worth 800 gold. Done. Unfortunately, that exchange happened, but it didn't happen quite as Bofer intended, I think. He actually wound up giving the gems to Sigmund when Sigmund showed him his chest full of things. Either way, it's kind of, the money got into the hands. It was at that point that Sir Roderick said, you guys need to get the hell out of here, because there are town militia looking for you, and that's my first bit of information. Bofer went back out, just spoke with the group, and said, hey, we got to get the hell out of here. It was about that time that Gray, who was outside, was like, oh shit, that is a lot of town militia coming this way. That is a whole squad of men. And again, they're town militia. So in the hierarchy of most cities, right, there's town militia, which are quick to muster, peasanty level combatants. Then there's actual town guard. And then there are like defenders of specific higher areas, which are like the elite troops. These guys are pretty low on the totem pole, but they were armed men and women coming to find you, or coming to find you, she. So Gray peeked his head in, shouted something, actually whispered something, literally, through message to Doc. It was at about this time one of Sir Roderick's dudes noticed that, oh shit, yeah, there's guys with torches outside. And then the bannerman smashed out a few panes in the cathedral, or in the church's rear window, and said, you need to get the hell out of here, which I believe at that point everybody started to dodge roll and, duck and roll, barrel roll through the window to get the hell out of there. Gray realized these guys were definitely not here for him, and he started to bolt in the same direction that everybody was jumping out of the smashed window. And that is right about where we left off. So, real quick, let's go ahead and do an experience recap here. All right. So, experience recap. We had last session, it was a purely roleplay session. We had 100 XP given out for roleplay to the entirety of the party. So that means that that Gray is sitting at 6647, she is sitting at 7060, and the rest of the party is at 8010. And that's where we left off. There wasn't really a whole lot of progression last week. On a physical level, but a story level, it was great. So, okay, so a couple of notes real quick. Bofer. Raise Dead, just so you are aware, Raise Dead comes with a -4 to all attacks, saving throws, and ability checks. You will regain 1 of those points each time. No, it's fine. You will regain 1 of those points each time that you take a long rest. So, being raised from the dead is a very, very difficult task. It's hard on the body. So just so you are aware, anytime you roll an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you will take a -4. Obviously, if you have a bonus, you subtract it from that first. And you will need a successful long rest in order to get rid of each one of those respectively.
Okay.
Okay, so death in new characters. So I'm only bringing this up because I know it's been joked a couple times, like, well, my character is going to die, not a big deal, kind of throw by the wayside. So just so everybody's reminded the way that death works in this campaign, if your character dies, you are as a member of the original party, you're always welcome back in immediately. However, we had an issue during campaign 1 where people were being very reckless in throwing their characters into the mouth of the dragon, the belly of the beast, almost quite literally, and getting almost everybody else in the party killed at the same time. So the way that it works now is that although you will have first dibs to come back in, your new character will be placed somewhere in the world of my choosing that is appropriate to your character's background and story, the new one, and it will be up to the players to find you if they decide to travel to that location. Up until that point, you will be on a hiatus. So, I open the book and say, create a character however you want to from top to bottom. I don't care, within certain regulations, but I give you the full choice. It's not like I tell you must play this character. So you chose the character you wanted to play.
And just as a note, in the first campaign, we were in Bree to begin with, and we didn't make our way to Blackburg for about 2.5 years of game time or gameplay. So just keep in mind, because PCs are crazy.
It's true. Okay, So let's see. One more. Let me see. I think I have two more notes. Nope, that is a note for the DM, not for you guys. Last note that I have: descriptions of actions and spells and things that are happening. I know we've talked about this briefly before, but just as a reminder, if you have a desired effect visually, aesthetically, of how you want a spell, attack, arrow, fucking how you climb, how you move, I don't care if you do a backflip, whatever floats your boat. While you are telling me and the group what your action is going to be within the realm of that action, you must give that description at that time. Because I'm trying to cut down on the I do this, roll, okay, it happens, and then I give a description, and then it's stopped in saying, okay, well, actually, this is how I wanted it to be. Just do it right off the bat, so that way we don't have to undermine each other. Me undermining you with your vision, or you undermining me because we've already taken the action, and now we have to retroactively go back and discuss it. Okay. Any questions? Anybody have questions? Okay, Cat, make a medicine check because I already know what you're going to ask.
Gotta appreciate traditions.
I know this character all right. 11. Okay, 11's not bad. I mean, what
I was
you...
in the middle of jumping out a window, like...
That's fair. And realistically, I mean, you've been watching everybody for the last, 2 hours while you guys have been conversing in this church. Gray is unscathed. You are unscathed. Ree appears essentially unscathed, minus the regular scrapes and bruises that Ree always has.
Ree's fine.
Yeah, and Doc is
Pretty
literally...
par for the course.
I say that now, and it's going to just be a one-shot. Doc is unscathed. Bofer, who came back from the dead, exited the chamber he was in with Sigmund and Sir Roderick. Well, he entered that chamber pretty much on death's door. He exited looking very good, but still pretty beat up and sickly.
Cool.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Let me just get one thing set up here. And then we will...
Oh, and I am going to clarify that, because we left the enclosed area, I've got my hood up and forward. I am, doing and I'm staying, I'm staying more towards the center of the party than I think I ever have.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one more quick thing. Sorry, I didn't tell you guys what time of day it was. So today's day 8. It is the 8th of Mujem, which is a Sunday, and it is about 11... Hang on, what time is it? 11 in the morning.
Oh, it's still the morning right now.
Yes, because you guys had to come back in the morning in order to do the Raise Dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Mind you, if I'm not mistaken, you guys actually came back to the church at, wasn't it 8 or something? It was super early.
Yeah, it was early.
I'm pretty sure it was really
So would
It was-
it be like 9:30?
Wait, what?
No, because we were in there for a couple of hours. It takes time to do the ritual. It takes time.
Oh,
you take
okay.
time
I
to
thought it
talk.
took 1 hour.
Yeah, but then you were chatting for a while.
right.
So.
I was going to say, yeah, the rest of our time last week was spent just talking, so...
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so
11-ish.
Ish. All right, let me go ahead and bring you hooligans on over. Give me one moment. Now, one thing I will say is that even though it is morning, well, almost noon, still kind of dark outside. It's a very cloudy day. It's very overcast. This last week has actually been pretty damn rainy as a whole. Bear with me one sec. Okay. And let me reveal a little bit of stuff for you guys. All right, so give me one sec here. I'm sorry, you said you were in the middle of the party, is that right? I just dragged and pretty much threw you guys all out the window on this map, so just bear
Well,
with me.
I mean, depending on where you're having us pick up, if it's immediately after we left the window, then I was a couple of seconds behind because I had talked to the priest. If it's because I was like, take care of whatever else you think, take care of the little hunter kind of thing.
Correct.
And if it's later on, then I'm
So technically,
Yeah,
she
in
would
the
be in
center.
front of me behind Doc.
All right, I'll tell you what. You guys just do your own marching order. Tell me where you're at.
Doc, her, me.
Move yourselves.
Move yourself. Actually, that's true. Nobody can move them. Nobody can move anybody else but yourself. So
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to be bossy. I was being informative, not
she was
bossy.
just being a total asshole.
It's
So I
not
got
I
it.
was just being an asshole. Let me drink some more and then it'll be fine.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know either, but I know I'm jealous.
What is this above us? Is this the wall or is this?
Nope, this is a building.
It's
This
a roof.
this is another roof behind you guys. So
It's definitely dragon scale.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So as you guys exit, here I'm gonna open just a little bit more for you since we do have people who have decent vision. Just so you know, the Okay, I'm opening what I can here to show you guys who's got vision of what right now. So as you guys exit, Gray, you knew that these guys were out front. The guy who was kind of in charge was on his way in when you were like, yeah, it's time to get the fuck out of here. That's about the time that people started, the last of you guys started diving through the windows. So, with that being said, yeah, we are picking up literally as everybody has just finished going through that rear window. Gray, we will say that you have made it to, you can go anywhere between where you're at and like this corner. I don't know how far or close you were planning on getting to these guys. I know you said you were kind of bolting in their direction.
I said I was gonna head for like the north gate because that was like the closest, so like he figured they'd go there. So I think he'd actually be like on the road.
Well, the north gate is straight north of where you are.
Okay, then I'll be there. Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, that's right, because he turned and shouted at Doc, I'll meet you guys there. What did he say to her? Because you saw them running
It was
off the
in,
back.
in message, right?
No, I thought it was
Yeah, it
as
was
he was running past. Was it not? Am I wrong about that?
And I opened the door, cast message on her.
Yes, I'm aware of that going down. My question is, as you said you were beginning to bolt for the gate, you would have seen them jumping out the back of the window. Did you say something to them or no? No? Okay,
No.
Understood. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Click your character.
Click your character. I already have you in the order here.
Oh.
I got a 2.
Not a good start, Gray. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that going. Okay. Okay, so as she finishes jumping out the window, you hear you recognize the sound of Sir Roderick from behind you, in a very poor, overly animated shout. You hear him yell out the window, "Get back here, cretins! You're under arrest!" And his turn ends. Doc, what would you like to do? And as you are where you're at right now, looking to your left, you can see clear as day. There are dudes. There's at least 3 guys you can see down here standing right outside the church.
Are they looking at in our direction? Because I'm going to be walking that way, kind of surveying.
Well, where are you going to in order to look? Because right now, Doc, got a clear shot on this guy right here and this guy right here. This guy's kind of behind a tree, which is really your only... No, you could probably see the crosswoman because you've got pretty decent distance for sight. I would say yeah. So this guy right here is definitely looking. He's actually partially at this point. Give me 1 second. He's partially turned right now, and he's actually watching over here. Like what the fuck?
Okay. Well, I'd like to start my turn by saying to my companions, "Don't act like fugitives, and remember that these are villagers." And then I'm gonna move 5, 10.
That's some words of wisdom if I've ever heard them. Everybody, quick! Don't act like
Don't
fugitives.
be fugitive. So I'm going to
Be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I wonder if I stealth
Well, you have people looking at you, so
directly. Yeah, that's true.
So
They can
while
see.
you can quote unquote stealth,
I just didn't know
it
if I was
doesn't
hidden
mean
by
it's
the
gonna work.
building. All right, I'm not
You
gonna
are.
bother.
You are. You are hidden by the building by like this cell to this cell. Nobody can see you.
Okay, but the other
But
ones
like there is a possibility that this guy can see you, and this guy is looking towards Gray, which means he has vision of everything in this little cone.
Okay. So yeah, I'll start moving. I'm not gonna be. Let's see, how can I explain? So Doc is gonna start moving like toward the same direction as Gray, but she's gonna be kind of giving him like catching on to what this guy's doing, kind of like looking over like, oh, what's going on over here?
Okay, make a performance check. Okay, noted.
6.
So essentially,
It's an 18 on the
you
damn
do
die.
like the 1915 cartoon animation where they're like doing the real big high step with the shoulders up, like trying to be.
No, I'm not trying to sneak. I was trying to make it look like I was trying to see what this guy was doing.
Oh, I understand what you
Okay.
said, but with a 6, you're not doing very good. Okay, go ahead and yep.
Like some Adam Family type shit.
Right, and give me just 1 second, Gray. I'm gonna Gray. What is just your normal vision distance? Is it just 60?
I think it is just 60 feet.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So you can see to there, Gray, and then I'm also going to give you extra because it is technically daylight. I don't believe that you should only be able to see 60 feet. I think you should be able to see double in broad daylight, so I'll give you a little more. Okay, there you go, bud. All right, Candace.
Sorry,
I'm gonna-
Xavier, can you ping where the gate is? Yes.
Sorry, say again.
Can you like ping where the gate is?
Yeah, the gate. Way at the
Okay.
north there. Yep.
Thank you.
All right, Candace.
I moved.
Okay,
And
are
then
you done?
well, I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna defend myself, I guess. So if I get attacked, then I will attack back.
Okay.
If somebody's in melee range, I guess.
Understood. Okay, bear with me for just a moment. Okay. All right, she. Sorry about that, you guys. There's a lot of people out here I gotta cycle through.
I am not in a great spot at the moment, considering, I'm very obviously a half-orc. What I'm going to do is I think I would possibly be an environmental, it might be a standard. I want to just make sure weapons and things are like tucked away under the cloak, things that mark me as being like obviously a hunter or less fucking obvious.
Sure, make a sleight of hand check.
Yep.
That will
Because
be
this is
your
definitely my
that will be
forte.
your action.
Okay. It's hoping.
Okay, understood.
I know the things that make me a hunter, apparently.
Yeah, kind of hard to hide a 6 3/4 foot longbow. But you're doing as good as you possibly can with what you have available to you.
Yep, and anything, especially anything that would tie me to the camps, anything there, that needs to not be super visible.
So you're not keeping the shrunken head of the goblin hanging on your chest?
No, now it's on the back under the cloak.
And the 13 dwarf scalps, those are tucked away? No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. All right, go ahead.
And then I want to, I don't know if I can delay my movement, but I want to delay movement for any indication that it's a good time. Like the party gesturing for me to move, stuff like that. I want to wait to actually move because right now I'm behind the building.
Okay, so you cannot hold a move action. You can only hold an action. That's the way holding works. Okay. So it's either kind of move now or forever hold your peace. Well, at least for this round.
Then I'm just gonna keep. Yep, I'm just gonna keep focusing on prepping then.
Okay, understood. No. All right. So at this point, all right, give me one sec. So give me a sec here. Okay, understood. You see this guy, he, as the crossbowman who had been kind of following Gray, but not aggressively, like the crossbow still held down, he kind of looks over and he whispers something, and this swordsman kind of turns, replies, and then begins to just very slowly move over in your guys' direction. Ree.
Okay, does any of these guys see me at this point?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, okay. Where's insight? There it is. Not great.
Five. It's really tough to say. You definitely see one dude walking in the general direction of where Gray and Doc just ran, but he doesn't seem to notice you. Best as you can tell.
All right. So. Oh shit. All right. Ree's going to take a step back towards she here. She's going to lean in. Just go in the opposite direction. And then Ree is going to just like take out her Morning Star, bang on her shield a little bit, and run in a viscerally direction.
Oh shit! Okay. I'll tell you what. Make a performance check for me. Ooh man, we got a lot of bards here tonight. The fuck? I like it.
Usually all my best here.
Okay, that's not bad. That's actually really not that bad.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, as you do it, you hit it a few times and you start running, and as you kind of like glance over your shoulder, you see the attention of at least the guy who was walking towards you guys kind of stop and look and kind of turn his attention back to the guys behind him. And then I've opened up a little bit more for you here.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll so that was 40 feet. That's my initial movement. So she'll kind of walk or kind of run a little bit more in the disorderly direction, kind of like stop for a moment, just and then turn around and run the opposite direction.
Yeah, and as that happens, you see this crossbowman stops dead in his tracks and turns towards you like he straight up sees you 100%.
Good.
Let me clear a little bit more.
So she's like screaming the entire way too. Like she'll like lock eyes with this guy for a moment, just like and then keep running.
Oh my god.
I hate it. Why? I hate it.
And keep
Reminds me of a seagull from like an animation.
We
Probably
both
doesn't.
ideas.
Yeah.
All right, so that is pretty clear cut what you can see down there. This is just Ree's kind of line of sight, and yeah, this right here, it looks like just a small camp of people who just kind of set up shop. They're hanging out. There's this like younger elven, maybe half elven guy here. There's a gnome with dirty brown hair who's like in the middle of sleeping. They've got this little dog, this little gray Shih Tzu looking dog laying over here, and as you start screaming, the elven man looks up at you and he says in common, he's like, "What the fuck is your problem? Why are you screaming?"
I'm a lunatic goblin. That's what's my problem. Blah!
He kind of like steps back for a second, and then he reaches real quick and spins around, and he pulls a knife out at you, and he begins to back away very rapidly.
On his bench.
Yeah, he comes with the bench. Sorry, guys. These people were not
You
meant
can
to
see-
move, but here we are.
Leave it to Kevin.
Okay.
What's his special bench? He can't let it go.
But yeah, he does. He pulls just a pocket knife out, not even like a butcher's knife or anything. He pulls it out and he just kind of Okay. Okay, so I'm moving some people out of the church. That's why you're gonna see some goofy guys just randomly popping up here. Okay. So as Ree goes, like, running and screaming, you definitely grab the attention of a handful of these guys. So this guy is gonna use his action and his his movement action to charge as he fucking books towards you, and you hear him shouting, "Stop! Stop in the name of the High Magistrate! You're under arrest!"
I don't know what any of that means. I'm just a crazy goblin. Blah!
So this guy moves straight back, and as he looks to his right and sees she there, he looks over to his left and sees Doc, and kind of like, you know, doing her little hee-haw over by Gray. He kind of looks, and you see you see a look in his eye like, oh, I'm fucking alone. This is no good. And he puts on his brave face, and you know what? Fuck it. Let's make a performance check for him.
Hey, we're all doing a...
He actually comes through. He... In the name of the Lord Magistrate, I place you under arrest. She who has no name wanted by Mogu Mogu. You will lay down your arms and come with me peacefully, or will be forced to detain you through any means necessary. Bofer.
I am going to go beside she and approach him very calmly. And let's see here. Giving an object is a environmental action, correct?
Depends on the object. What are you trying to give this man?
So what
But
I'm
yes,
going
usually it is. If you're trying to feed him something or activate something on him, that's your environmental action to retrieve it, and then a full action to use it. But if you're just handing it over, that's a little bit different.
Okay. 1 second. Let me see here. So I am going to use guidance as my action and say, I know you are a child of honor and peace. We come through. Please let us pass, for this shall be yours. And I am going to hand him a... Let's see here. I'm going to hand him a diamond.
Make a persuasion check. With guidance.
1 second. And that is going to be a 19.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Give everybody diamonds?
What did you tell this guy? You told him...
I said, I know you are a child of honor and peace. I give you this. Please let us pass.
He takes the diamond in his hand, and what size diamond was it?
That is a 200 gold piece diamond.
Okay, go ahead and mark that off your inventory.
That man's set for life.
More like 2 years, maybe 3, maybe.
Well, it's that or 1,500 gold, so we'll see.
So he kind of takes it, he closes it in his hand, and he looks at you. He kind of like looks behind you, and he turns. He turns around, and he sheathes his sword, and he palms the diamond. He doesn't have a turn at this point, but that is what you see him actively start to do. Anything else, Bofer?
I'm going to look back to she and nod my head. And I'm going to start walking with my hand raised up in the air like a priest.
Okay.
And my turn.
Okay. Definitely did not expect that. Okay.
This says so much about everyone's characters at the moment. Like in the 2 rounds of this so far, and I love it so much.
So this swordsman, he begins to approach, and he looks over at the guy who has sheathed his sword, and he says to the guy, he says, you all right? Is she back there? And he kind of nods his head, and then he shakes his head quickly, and his eyes kind of go wide for a second, and like a tear kind of like starts to drip out of his eye. Like this guy's never seen anything in his entire life this valuable before, but he doesn't answer the guy. This guy, he actually give me 1 second here. So he says, he continues to move, and he turns, and he says, "In the name of the Lord Magistrate, I'm placing you under arrest." And he looks at you, Bofer, and he says, "Good priest, I'll need you to come with me. We have a few questions for you as well. Lay down your arms." With that...
Crap.
This guy approaches, he begins to move forward, and you guys, Gray and Doc, you hear like a cinch being set into place, or a winch being set into place, and as you kind of glance over your shoulder, a crossbow comes up, and you hear, "Stop in the name of the Lord Magistrate! Lay your arms down, please." Okay, this guy had already disappeared inside of the church. Alright, Gray, back to you, bud. Well, actually, I shouldn't say back to you. I should say it's your first turn. God, you rolled like you rolled like shit, man.
Okay. Here's what Gray's gonna do. If I start playing anything, does it look like that guy's gonna shoot?
Would you like to roll an insight check, or would you like to use common sense? Because he has a crossbow aimed at you with the winch set, and he just told you to lay your arms down in the name of the Lord Magistrate, which is, the Lord Magistrate, just for reference, is somebody who would oversee all justice within a certain area.
Yeah. Okay, better question. Would Mantle of Inspiration break invisibility.
Does Mantle of Inspiration break invisibility? I believe invisibility reads that is if you use an action, you break invisibility, and isn't it an action for Mantle?
Bonus action. No, it's a bonus action.
Okay, let me look some fine details up here. One moment, please.
Hold, please. P.S. You guys all suck at listening.
Hey, I tried to bribe a guard.
You did bribe a guard. You
I
bribed.
tried to distract the guards.
You bribed a guard, and you did
And
distract a
singular
guard.
guard.
You actually no, you distracted. There's a bunch of fucking guys running towards you, Ree. You did good.
Oh, good.
All right, give me 1 second, buddy.
I worked on not acting like a fugitive. I listened.
Didn't work
Ree's
out.
not a very intelligent person, nor is she a good actress.
So, Gray, there are some things that are working for and against you. So the way that invisibility reads is that the spell ends for a target if that a target attacks or casts a spell. Your ability is not a spell or an attack. It is a bonus action ability. However, the very specific verbiage in Mantle of Inspiration is that you have to see them and they have to see you. Can't
Okay.
see you if you're invisible.
That's true. In that case, I'll use it first then. I'm gonna use Mantle of Inspiration. I think it's 30 feet. Let me just make sure.
It is 60 feet.
60
three
feet, okay,
creatures within
perfect.
60 feet. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Then Bofer, Cat, she, and Doc.
Okay. So you guys all immediately add it to the green bubble, please. 8 temporary hit points for you 3. As the mantle goes up again, you guys see this unearthly presence kind of sparkle in and around Gray, and it calls to you, and you feel like you can just you can get out of any situation you're in right now. It is your choice, but you can move. You can use your reaction to move up to your base speed without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
In any direction, by the way. This is you don't have to move towards him. This is not the other mantle of majesty. You must move towards the target.
I'm just looking.
Okay, real quick, Doc, are you gonna move or no?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, Bofer, are you gonna move or no?
How far is the movement?
Your base speed.
Oh, then yes, I will.
And Kat, are you moving? Okay, go ahead and move yourselves. You guys know your base speed, so go ahead and do that.
Can we move? How does that work with the people and the bushes?
You can do it without
Zigzag.
react.
There is no
taking
attacks
a
of
reaction.
opportunity, period. It's just you use your reaction and you dodge around them. You can go 1,
Yeah, zigzag.
2, 3, 4, however you gotta do it.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll probably put myself behind this tree so I'm not easily shot. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna run away.
perfect.
Unfortunately, I'm putting myself into easily shot position.
And as I step back behind it, I'm gonna have my hands up too.
Okay. Anything else, Gray?
Yes, I'm gonna turn invisible.
Sneaky bitch. Okay, so you...
I'll mark off the spell slot.
Thank you. And make sure you mark off an inspiration.
I did.
So let's do... Here, I'll make you a ninja. How does that look?
Cool.
All right. So with that, you smack your drum a couple of times. You invoke the magic, and as you hold your stick in the air, the glitter kind of over the top of you, and you guys see his whole body shimmer out of existence. All right.
Before it disappears, he'll say good luck, and then move 30 feet.
There you go. All right. Let me open some things up for you here, buddy.
Invisibility was the right move.
Out of character, that does not look good.
No.
Well, it's not like they're gonna leave the fucking gates unmanned.
Yeah, I figured.
Alright, okay, Gray, that ends your turn. That brings us to... wherever the fuck this guy is. Ah, there he is. Okay, no, he's just hanging out there.
Whatever this is, that looks scary.
Whatever, what is?
Oh, never mind.
It's just an old man with a torch next to him. I
He's
swear to God, that's all it
I
is.
was like, oh my god, is that a
No,
fireball?
dude, no. Is it a fireball? What the fuck?
Fireball.
Alright, Sir Roderick, he hops out the window behind you guys, and he begins to move in the direction of Ree. Unfortunately, he's in plate mail and not moving very fast, as he is kind of a plump dwarf and very overburdened. Doc.
Just dwarf things.
I like his shield.
So Doc is gonna peek out from around the tree and say, "I will cooperate, but please don't shoot me." And I'm gonna have my hands up, without daggers in them, and I'm gonna hold my action for somebody coming within melee range to attack me. I will defend myself, not if they're trying to arrest me.
Okay, and out of curiosity, how will you defend yourself with no daggers? Claws? Do you have
Yeah.
claws?
Mhm.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was an actual, like, thing that...
Yeah, no, I do.
So,
I do
okay.
have claws, yep.
Very cool. Alright, so we're back at the top of the turn order. At this point, you hear from outside, down in this area, I don't know if you guys can see the ping on the map, but it's like just south of the church, you hear a horn. In the distance, you hear similar echoing horns, but they're very sparse. Maybe 2 or 3 of them throughout somewhere in the city.
Shit.
Maybe Doc should pull an Assassin's Creed 2 and just grab a bunch of gold and throw it on the floor.
I thought you were going to say hide in a hay bale.
That too.
Jump from 300
That's
feet
option B.
into a hay bale.
Yeah, just swat. Yeah, as long as you duck and roll. Isn't that what they say?
I mean, hey, if Doc throws like 60 gold pieces on the floor, I'm pretty sure someone's going to want to grab it.
Yeah, we can't keep
So-
throwing money at one person.
Gray, give me a perception check, buddy.
Okie dokie. You should be good at these. 20.
20. So, oh, that's right. Yeah, you are very perceptive. So, just out of where your vision is, you hear the sound of probably 7 or 8 guys quickly marching, like a quick step march, moving real fast in your direction. You then see a squad of militiamen moving in your direction. That is about as far as they can get before they stop, but it's up here in the northwestern quadrant, moving your direction.
Yeah.
They do not appear to notice you, as you
Yay.
are invisible. And they don't do that type of magic. Actually, they don't do any magic.
I was gonna say.
Their magic is more like hit you in the head with their axe and hope that you fall down. And if you don't, well...
They
Oh,
just
that's
scream
Reese kind
la
of
la
magic.
after.
I cast
That
axe.
is true. That is re-magic. You're right. You know what? I apologize. I shouldn't have been so... I shouldn't have been so quick to judge those who don't have actual arcane magic. Okay. It is back to you.
My hands aren't completely like up. They're just, down near my waist, and I am going to just fairly casually just
All right, hold
walk.
on 1 second. You hear a clunk as the crossbow fires at you.
They can hold actions too.
Yeah, we can hold that. Fuck yeah. Just
Yeah,
waiting for somebody to move who I could not take an attack of opportunity on. And I also counted that as not being able to use my held action. So, okay, so yeah, that is a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, hang on.
Definitely does.
6. So that is 6 points of piercing damage as the heavy crossbow. And as you're walking, you guys see this crossbow bolt catch her in the left bicep as she kind of, like, her whole body jerks to the left, or jerks to the right. That's all he can do, so.
Okay. I'm taking that from the
Temporary first, absolutely. Yep.
By the way, the reason my middle one is higher is I adjusted it to the level up from last time, and it was still showing my old hit points.
Oh, that's fine. I think you can change it if you go. What is your hit points? 42?
Yep.
Look at that. Bam.
Awesome, thank you.
Got you.
Ooh.
Thought I changed mine last time. I'll change mine now.
Yeah, you change it to whatever it is.
6.
Yeah.
I want to take stock. That's a full movement there.
Okay, and just so you know, when you get to that point, you've got a very clear-cut shot on this squad of soldiers moving in your direction. As well as a full squad of soldiers standing at the gate right now. I'm sorry, I keep saying soldiers. They're militiamen. There is a big difference, but just for reference, they are militiamen. Okay, anything else, She?
Indeed.
Anything else, She?
What is this building?
I'm not sure. You haven't been inside. It's a big building, though. It's a long house, so more than likely some sort of, like, public housing or, like, communal housing. Which would also make sense that it's right by a church.
Yep, this is not good. No, I'm gonna keep moving, and I'm going to just try not to look like a fugitive.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just walk along
With
the
a
edge
bolt
of
in
the
your
building.
bicep.
Yeah, that's what cloaks are for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Walking towards the entrance to that, I guess.
Okay. Understood. Anything else?
No.
Alright. So, the next, alright, so this guy... Okay, so this guy pops out. This is the one of the priests that was attending Sir Roderick. He pops out of the window, and he kind of like looks around. He doesn't act. He doesn't do anything. He just is taking stock of the situation. Okay, the soldier who had gone inside now comes out, and he is also charging in Ree's direction. This guy over here. Ree, you hear a shout. Lay down your arms! Lay down your fucking arms, goblin!
Would I be able to shout back yet?
We'll wait for your turn, but you see
Okay.
he's got a crossbow aimed in your direction. So,
Okay.
With that being said, that ends his turn. That's going to bring us to... which captain? This captain. Oh, actually, that's not a captain, my bad. She, as you are slowly shimmying towards this door, this guy who's been kind of standing out here, like, sweeping the path, kind of stops and looks at you. And then he, like, looks over at the soldiers coming, kind of looks at you awkwardly, and he begins to scream, "She's here! She's here! The fugitive! She's been shot! Quickly! She's trying to get to the children in the orphanage!" And he bolts for the fucking door, and he runs inside, and you hear a loud clunk.
Of course it's an orphanage.
It's right behind a church. It's a longhouse behind a church. What else could it possibly be?
I thought the orphanage was over at the
That's the Helmkarian orphanage for dwarves.
There's
This
more
isn't
than
what,
one.
what do you think there's one orphanage on the entire fucking continent? You guys wanted to start wars at level 5. There's lots of orphans. God damn. All right.
the drums of war.
Yeah, exactly. That's you're who I'm talking about. All right.
More of a drum of getting the fuck out of here.
Okay, so this soldier is going to approach you. He has his sword drawn, and he points it down at you, and he says, "My friend, I do not want to see bloodshed come to a brother of the cloth. Please lay down your arms and come with us." And he stands there waiting. Ree, it is now your turn.
Ree will yell back, "They're attached to my body!" And she'll run. Oh, she'll bonus action. What is it? Fuck, what is it called? Nimble escape. To disengage from these guys here.
Okay, yep, you disengage, and as you do so and shout that, you hear a clunk, and a crossbow bolt flies over the shoulders of the two guys behind you and clear over the gate, or over the wall.
Nice shot, asshole! And she'll... Serpentine? Serpentine? Oh, wait. Why is it in percentages? No, it's decimal points for some reason.
I hated doing that.
I think that's 40. It's like there's like 40.5 to 189.
That was perfectly 40. I don't know what the fuck they had that. That was weird.
Yeah, that was very weird. So yeah, she's erratically, and then she does her additional serpentine to there. She had very little plan in her mind right now. She's just trying to draw people away, and now she sees the other guard there. She's like, "Oh fuck!
I fucked up!
Fucked up, bad guys! Oh god, this is a big wide open space."
At least Ree had a plan.
Dax
This is a full blown neighborhood. Like, it is a. As soon as I realized what you guys were in for, I was like, okay, they have many ways out of this situation. Let's see if they can do it.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no.
All right, Ree, that ends your turn. That's going to bring us to his turn. Bannerman. Okay, this guy. He goes there. This guy is huffing and puffing trying to keep up with your little ass. He just barely cannot get to you, and he's just like, stop for fuck's sake, in the name of the Lord Magistrate, I can't.
Oh, you almost got me that time, you big guy. You almost got me.
I'm gonna laugh if you just like run up to the other ones and you're like, oh shit, and run back the other direction.
Okay, so this guy also, he kind of, he squares up with you, Beaufort, and again, he puts his blade right up against your chest. He says, don't make us do this, brother of the cloth. Please, we don't want to draw Mordinian blood. Beaufort.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, let's see here. So with, I guess, since everyone's everyone that can't see me, I'm going to go ahead and use thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And say, I surrender, with the booming 3 times as loud, my voice.
Okay. Let's see here. She and Ree, make perception checks. Gray, your perception is too good to not hear it, and Doc, you're like fucking 20 feet away, so you
What?
hear it.
What?
Yeah, so actually, both of you hear this clear as day as it kind of roars out in this weird, like, canyon-like echo. I'm sorry, what was the word that you... What did you say, bud?
I surrender to this man.
Okay, you guys hear Beaufort's voice. I surrender to this man. Anything else?
I'm going to go ahead and put down my hammer, and I'm going to hold out my wrist to the person that I gave the diamond to.
He's got it. That's him. This is this guy right here. I'm going to move him a little bit so you can see. He's still got his back turned to you.
Oh, I thought it was this guy, because this guy was right here.
I got him mixed up. Either way, it would have been that act. But yeah, he doesn't... This other guy that you gave the diamond to, he doesn't know. He is beside himself. It's like he swung into the pachinko parlor right before this arrest and won like 2 million yen, and he's like, man, I don't give a fuck what happens to anybody here. I'm rich.
I guess I'm gonna point to him and say, I surrender to him.
He Okay, hang on. Let me roll something real quick. Okay. Through the crazy thoughts running through his head right now, he does hear you, and he stops, and he turns over his shoulder, and he kind of looks at the other two, and he says, You what?
This man deserves the credit. He was the one. I surrendered to him.
He kind of, like, glances around, and he says, and the other two say, well, take his fucking warhammer and put him in bands. And he kind of looks at you again, Bofer, and he says, oh, all right. And he prepares to bind you, but it is not his turn quite yet. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. So now that Ree has caused an uproar, she has caused an uproar, this guy up here moves down, and he kind of shouts over his shoulders. Give me a minute here. Let me think this one through. Before I go off the cuff and start some problems. He says, take the half-breed alive if we need to. Do not let her into the orphanage. And you see the crossbowmen immediately set their winches, and crossbows go up as the 5 soldiers behind him apparently begin to move forward. They will do that on their next turn. Alright, that brings us down to... Oh, hey, it's your buddy. So, I'm going to do something weird here. I have not succeeded. As this man, he takes out a set of manacles, he begins to bind you, and you see him fumbling in his right hand with the diamond. You feel him try to put it in your pouch, and one of the other men looks over at him and says, hey, what you got there? And he literally slaps the guy's hand and grabs the diamond, and he says, are you fucking kidding me? You're working for him? Bind him now. And he points at the other guy. The other dude, he's got with his sword or with his iron bands, and he's like, "No, you don't understand. He tried to bribe me. It was some sort of magic trickery." That's where his turn will end, and you have not been bound yet. This guy over here is going to approach you, Doc. He stows his crossbow, and he removes a short sword from his side, and he holds it very cautiously, eyeing every 7-foot inch of you. And he kind of says, Put your paws out, please.
Okay.
Do you do it?
Oh, I didn't know if you want to wait till my turn.
No, he's
okay. Fine, but please be gentle. And I'll put my like down toward him.
You see his face audibly shift to unease and disgust as he pulls a set of iron shackles out and begins to bind you in manacles. Do you allow him to bind you in manacles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. And I say, I did nothing wrong. I'll be free soon.
He says, you should save your words for the High Magistrate. Lord Magistrate, excuse me. He finishes binding your, at the end of his round, your hands have been bound in front of you by iron manacles that is extended from a chain reaching from the hands to your feet. Your feet only allow you to take like a quarter of your normal gait's worth of step, and he has the other part of the manacle affixed to his belt. And he begins to turn to lead you back out of the district.
I will, as we're walking, just for note, I will lock eyes with Bofer.
Okay. So he's going to finish his movement, which is going to tug you with him, and I'm just going to put you right in tow. And Bofer, you see her bound in manacles being led south. Okay. This guy finally comes out the back freaking window. He turns over here, and he pretty much body slams the guy who had been given the diamond. He grabs him by the waist, lifts him up, and slams him down on his shoulders, flips him over, pulls his own manacles out, and tells him that he is under arrest for treason against the Lord Magistrate. And the guy, no, it was magic trickery. He bribed me. Look at the diamond. That is going to end his turn, but he is being dragged away at this point. Alright. So, this guy moves into firing position and is going to take a shot at you. That is a 24. So another crossbow bolt. Shoom! Not too much this time. 5 points of piercing damage as you begin to move towards the front door, and a second bolt. Right next to the first. That ends his turn. Gray, you've had a lot of time to watch and witness, and from where you are, you saw everything that just went down with She, everything that just went down with Doc, everything that is transpiring. You heard the words from Bofer. What are you doing?
Ray really doesn't want to be caught. How high is this wall?
The wall to to this house over here?
Yeah.
It's, probably like waist high. It's just a little garden wall.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you could hurdle it easily. Well,
yeah.
Hold on, no, I know your strength. You may not hurdle it easily, but the average human being could hurdle it easily.
I have 2 ideas, but both of them are bad.
Okay, what are you doing?
Okay, so how tall are the hedges? Just as tall as like these are hedges, right?
Yeah, those hedges are easily 7 foot high. They're huge, beautifully squared off hedgerow.
He's gonna try and get in here.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check, or give me an athletics check.
Okay.
As you attempt to hurdle the wall. 7. So you get over it, but it's going to take 10 feet of your movement in order to actually get over it. It's like you hit it, and you're like, oh, thank God I'm invisible, because you hit it hard, and you're like, oof. You have to use all of your strength to throw the leg up over.
Okay, so then it takes 10 feet, and if I'm going to dash, so I have 20 feet left.
Okay.
He's basically going to hide in this corner for now and see what happens.
Okay, so yeah, you crouch down in the corner.
Can I, like, Homer Simpson GIF just blend into the bushes?
Yes, of course you can. Give me just one moment. Make a stealth check with disadvantage. Which actually makes you just roll it regular because you are invisible. And I say that because there's a 7 foot hedgerow now randomly shifting.
Actually, I should be fine. They can't see me. He'll just stay there.
I should make you roll because you said it, but I won't.
I should. I'll do it. Okay.
It's like chess.
It's fine. To be fair, nobody could really see you at this point anyways. I was just going to bullshit and be like, you see a kid's head in the curtains looking out to see all the commotion, and the hedgerow just splits open, and there's a monster outside. I can't see you. You have no idea,
that kid nightmares.
Yeah. All right. So next we're going to go to this guy. He charges, but he does not make it very far as he had a long way to charge. Alright, this guy gets to here. This is Sir Roderick. You see him kind of moving up. He is panting heavily. This man is very clearly not meant for the armor he is wearing. Whatever the case may be. But he looks gorgeous as he runs. His natural red flowing hair and the big sigil of the golden lily blowing in the breeze. He smells of lavender and lilies. This guy's just a fucking mess, though. Alright, Doc, are you complying?
I am, but I want to say something, and I'll write you the translation, but I'm going to say something out loud.
Okay.
I'll be using Thieves' Cant. And it's going to be like, I don't know, like, when the doves coo at night, a gray goose dies somewhere in the distance.
Okay. Just go ahead and hand me the translation, and I'll let you know if there's any recourse to that. Give me one sec. Okay. So this unit of guys, they actually had to dash in their formation in order to get over here. But you see them start to spread their formation out. As they take eyes on the prize that is quite literally pinned against a wall right now. Alright, so... Okay, sorry, I'm skipping turns here because we got people who literally cannot act. This dude charges. This dude charges. She.
Well, I guess that I am going to go towards Ree and hope I don't get shot a ton.
The other direction! The distraction!
5, 6.
Candace, there's no response. Thank you, though.
Oh, I cannot get very far. Okay, actually, if I go in the diagonal, let me double check my thing there. Yep. Okay. Cool. I'm going to go there.
Okay.
And that's my thing. And I want to, and I'm not even like looking at the door. And I'm inwardly panicking and outwardly just shutting down.
Okay. So you get to that point. You stop where you're at. This crosswoman, he kind of moves and puts his back against the wall, and he's going to fire at you. And he misses. A crossbow bolt over your head as you are standing next to Ree now. This man does make it into melee with you, but he had a dash. Same thing with this guy. And both of them the whole time are shouting at you, "Don't resist! Drop your weapons! Don't resist in the name of the Lord Magistrate! Drop your weapons! Drop your weapons!" They're just, over and over like cops shouting to drop the gun or drop the knife. Like, it is furious.
Goddamn graph.
Alright, so this guy, he is going to... He's going to head off this group of people moving the cat. He seems to be walking just with you, so... This guy moves here. Alright.
Is that the gate that's at the end of that walkway, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, currently closed?
Yes. Partially closed.
Okay.
It's slightly ajar. It has not been barred. It is closed to the point where, like, horses and wagons cannot roll through, but men individually can slip out. On that note,
Cool.
There's another clink from a crossbow, and sure as shit, it misses.
Read the good luck charm.
Okay, Beaufort, at this point, this guy grabs you, the guy right here, and he begins to slap you in bands. Do you resist?
No.
Okay. So you have been bound. He is going to turn 5, 10, 15, 20, as far as he can go with you in tow, and he is dragging you along with him. Ree.
She being there ruined my plan. I was gonna take these guys for a nice run around the fort. Shit.
I ran out of directions.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, west is definitely not an option.
Yeah, if you guys go west, it literally brings you deeper into town. This is like the far northeastern quadrant of this city.
So this is all wall on the
Yeah,
top
yes,
and left or
yep,
right. Sorry.
exactly, yep, that's all wall. Now, for record, it is wooden wall with no palisades. It is just flat up and down spikes, and they only go up about 20 feet, but they do come to a point.
Yeah. So it's not something you can easily climb over for obvious reasons.
Not easily, yeah, but it's not defended, unfortunately, for them.
Yeah.
Battering ram.
Yeah.
Knock that bitch down. Throw me.
Level her head. Though that's kind of the idea of what I was thinking, to kind of like level her head and just shove this guy and just keep on keeping on towards this direction as best she can. It's not going to end well. Okay, so yeah, she's going to. Can she? No, she can't occupy a space as an ally and make like an attack, right? It's
no. You've got to. Yeah. You can move through the space of an ally, but you cannot stop there to attack,
right?
Or attack on the way.
Okay. Fuck. I'm pretty sure I know what this whole encounter is supposed to be, but no, fuck that. She's not getting caught. She's not going to jail. She can't go to jail. She's too pretty to go to jail. So Ree's gonna take the space of this bush and shove this guy.
Okay.
I think that's.
I was just gonna say you guys use shove a lot. So I think it's a strength check.
Is it an unarmed strike check?
I think it is, but I think that it's versus something special. Give me 1 second.
So shove is using the attack action. You can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either knock it prone or push it away from you. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. The target must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength or athletics.
Okay, so it's 2 strength athletics checks.
Or dex acrobatics.
Okay.
The target chooses the ability to use. You succeed automatically if the target is incapacitated. If you succeed, you either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you. I'd like to just knock this guy on his ass, if I can.
Okay. Yep, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Yeah.
Or acrobatics, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
It's definitely athletics.
Yeah, his is definitely acrobatics, so he's going to try.
I don't know why I rolled advantage.
Okay, so I also rolled a 19, but so we have come to an equal, which means that you technically what does it say specifically? Does it say if you beat it or if it is equal or greater to? Or how does it read?
Hang on, let me bring it back up again. Shove. So if you're
Guess I can just continue to read it.
Sorry, instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength check. Contested by the target's strength. So I feel like if we equal,
it says if you win the contest, not so you either.
So if we draw, then I assume
then it's a draw.
Means
so
it's a fail.
Yeah, but just barely. Like you lunge for this guy, and as you do so, he literally like leaps up in the air and spreads his legs like somebody in the ballet, the Nutcracker, and then he comes back down. You kind of look at him and you realize, oh shit, this dude's an elf.
Oh, you nimbly bimbly motherfucker, you. She'll say, just fucking run, and she'll just serpentine, nah.
Oh shit. Okay. He's gonna. You didn't use your nimble escape, did you?
I did not actually, but wait, hang on. I didn't mean to go right in front of the crossbowman. I didn't see him.
Yeah, that's fine. You can move wherever you want to go.
So she just beelining.
I rolled a nat 1 on my attack of opportunity. Anyways, he comes down and tries to swing at you as you run, and he's like, fuck.
I can be nimbly bimbly too, asshole. And she's just kind of making a beeline for the door at this point.
Okay. So give me, let me just take a peek here, a little perception check. Okay, not great for one of them, but this guy did all right.
Screaming the entire way too, by the way.
So this guy, he shouts an order. He shouts an order in Elven. Who speaks Elven? Does anybody else speak Elven? None of you guys speak Elven. What the fuck? That's like one of the most common languages.
Exactly.
All right. So he shouts something fancy. It sounds French, and then he charges as he sees Ree beelining across the field, and he's just like.
Ree's just locking eyes with him.
He is.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna dance, asshole.
He is not excited. He is not excited. Alright, so this bannerman runs up here, and as he does so, he shouts out, he says, Godfrey, I knew your brother. He was a great man. Honor his name and slay this she-beast. And he points to the guy to the left of she, and he kind of turns towards him, and he smiles, and he says, Aye. Okay, this guy moves up here. Sorry, there's a lot of people on this field, so bear with me, guys. That is only a 14 to hit. She, does a 14 hit you? You got a 15 or 16, right? Okay.
Sorry,
Never mind. You've got a 15. Disregard. You're good. Nope, you're good. Okay. All right. So a crossbow bolt flies overhead. This guy. Okay, same thing. Another crossbow bolt overhead. They're very clearly targeting you specifically. Okay, this guy runs up. He's going to attack you. Oh, that is a nat 20. So you take 15 points of slashing damage as the longsword comes down on your good shoulder, and he hacks into you, and you feel it literally sever a chunk of your shoulder blade, and he says, Stop resisting! Throw down your fucking weapons!
Ow. It's not letting me actually change my things. I don't know why. I'm gonna reload.
That's weird, yeah, because I've got me, my bot, and you are the only ones who can change it, so...
I mean, I changed it earlier, so I don't know. Probably some weird glitch.
Okay, so what does it need to be? Yeah, what does it need to be brought to? Because I'll drop it.
Oh, 27.
27. Okay.
Yeah, it hurt.
Oh, you know what? You have to hit enter after you enter it. It doesn't just automatically do it.
It wouldn't even pop up the bubbles.
Yeah, click off of it. You have to click somewhere else in the map and then click your character again. It happens to me a lot.
Okay, well.
Yeah, this program is pretty damn finicky, to be fair, so... Alright, so this guy, he comes down, and he's going to attend to Beaufort being let out of here. Beaufort, is your turn. Are you doing anything besides complying?
Yes. I will... let's say I'll use guidance.
Do you need your somatic components, because you are bound in chains?
One moment. I have my gauntlet on.
I didn't say material, I said somatic. Somatic is hand movements. There's
it is?
verbal, somatic, and material. Material components is marked with an M. Material components is the only thing that your focus takes away. You still have to do the fancy hand gestures.
Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and turn behind me, and I'll tell the guard that's trying to get the other guy. I'll tell him that he's telling the truth. I possess magic of the kind he speaks of.
Okay, make a deception check.
It's... okay. I was going to say
you have mind-affecting magic?
I do, yes.
What do you have?
On my spell list, I have the spell we were talking about the other day.
What level is that?
That's a 3rd level spell.
Have you used it?
Never.
Then you don't know that you have it, so make a deception
Understood.
check. I see where you're going with it, but...
That's gonna be a 6.
Yeah, I only rolled an 11. Oh, a 6 you said?
Yeah, 'cause
oh,
he
that's
has
right,
a
you got the
6.
-4. Okay. He doesn't seem to notice you. It's like he hears it, but he just doesn't pay any attention.
Got it. End turn.
All right, let's go. So this guy, as he is sprinting towards you, he reaches into a satchel at his side, and he pulls out this ball. It looks like it's just a weird, like, fist-sized ball of iron, and he fucking hurls it at you.
Don't like that.
And that is a 19. What's your AC? Is it a 20 still?
18.
It's an 18? I was hoping you were going to resist that. It would have been way funnier. So as it begins to fly at you, it bounces off your shield up into the air, and the entire ball, you hear this like it's almost like somebody starts a gyrocopter. It's like and these iron bands burst forth from it almost in a web shape, and they grab onto you, and you are now officially restrained. They grab onto your wrists, your neck, your hands. You drop your weapon, and you are bound, almost hogtied by these magical bands, and they are fucking strong. And the more you struggle, the tighter they are getting.
Oh, so it's getting real tight.
Oh yeah.
It's 3 is just thrashing.
What the fuck kind of bullshit is that? That's cheating.
I need whatever that is.
It is, just for the record, it is not to the point where it is strangling you or physically hurting. I mean, it hurts, but it's not actually causing damage. Okay, that ends his turn. He actually, I take that back. He shouts as soon as it hits, and he kind of watches for a second. He shouts, "I got her! I got her! I got her!" Alright, this guy is going to comply and keep moving to the south. For all intents and purposes, he is dragged off the map, along with this guy. That's the guy who was in some hot water. Okay, Doc, this guy leads you down to where this priest is. They're not going for the priest, just so we're clear.
While we're walking, I'll just be like, well, is a change really necessary? I said I would come with you voluntarily.
At this point, as you say that, the priest kind of eyes you and begins to remove your daggers.
You can have all of the daggers.
This crosswoman turns, and he's going to fire at she. That is a... hang on a second. It was my dumbass to make all these guys, like, different types of different types of creatures, so I don't know what the fuck I'm even looking at half the time. So that is a 15 exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. That is going to be for 11 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to adjust that still, Kat?
Nope,
Or did you...
it's
Okay, got
letting
it.
me.
Perfect.
Yep.
So another crossbow bolt. This guy is getting ready to swing at you, the guy to the left of you, he kind of ducks, and this bolt just emerges like from where his head was. He would have been hit if you weren't, right where you were. Gray.
I think he's gonna come over here and I guess watch the scene that's going on.
Okay. You see it pretty much clear as day. Once you get past where Ree is, it gets a little bit hazy because there's just so much shit going on. But for the most part, you can see all these soldiers up front. They were moving towards the house. You saw she bail, and then the crosswind kind of turned their attention.
Okay, then I think he's seeing them get led down. Right?
From where you are, if you peek over the fence, yeah, well, and you also knew Doc and Bofer both surrendered. Like, you saw that as soon as you went invisible, they were like, we're done. So yeah, as you look down, you see they are being led to the central, I call it a quadrant, but if I say central, that means that it's no longer a quadrant because there's 5. But it's the central part of the city. Out of the northeastern quadrant.
Okay, so he has had some time peace and quiet, and he's gonna find this backyard, and he's gonna hop back over and then try. Do I need to roll again?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I just like to make fun of you because you have a 9 strength.
30. Go basically behind this wall and like try and follow them.
Okay.
quietly.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so now that the attention has changed, this guy's gonna move up here. Okay, so Roderick, he does not get very far, and he hasn't said a word. Like, you two, even with all the commotion going on, his fat ass has been panting and sweating to a point where he actually uses his axe or his the base of his flail to like keep him going as he's wait. Doc, still in
Love you.
compliance.
Yeah, she's complying, and she says, as the priest is removing daggers, she'll be like, "Don't, there's one in my sock. Don't miss that one." She's trying to make it pretty clear
I
that
knew
she's
it.
trying to comply. You
Wear
knew she had a
socks?
sock dagger?
Yeah, I figured. I was making the joke about like, oh, there's four in my boot, two in my hat.
Yep. Yeah, I actually have like 6 daggers on her, so.
I'm just amazed at cats wearing socks.
You have more daggers
Dude, I
than
was
have
thinking the same
inventory.
fucking thing. I thought she was joking, like maybe she had like little white mitten fur, you know, that looked like socks.
No, she's got boots on and everything,
When
man.
she was a kid, she was called Boots, which is ironic because they looked like socks.
But she'll also be, once they take all her daggers and stuff, she's gonna be talking to Garl. Just talking to him like, I know you have a plan. I'm just really excited to see what it is.
I hope it's a good plan.
If I will say, if the again, if anybody starts to attack me, I do intend to defend myself.
Nobody has shown any aggression towards you
That's
at
fine.
all.
Just holding my
During your compliance, Beaufort, the same can be said for you. As soon as you complied, all hostility, you saw it, just based on your guys' passive insight of 14 for both of you, nobody has shown a lick. I mean, neither one of the guys dragging you away has their weapons out at this point.
Okay. And she'll be like,
People around you do, but they are completely unarmed. They are walking you. They are doing their duty.
she'll be like, what's your day job?
He ignores everything. He actually, you know what?
She's not
You know
trying to
what?
be funny
No,
about it. She's
no.
clearly trying
Yeah.
to
So
build
make an insight check for me.
There's a decent roll. 13.
For a militiaman, this guy exudes professionalism beyond most militiamen.
You're a lawyer, okay.
All right, this guy's gonna move into position and take a shot at. Excuse me, not she. That's a nat 1. This guy goes to fire his crossbow, and you guys hear an audible, like the sound of a whip cracking. And this dude screams out as his buddies look back, and he actually has a laceration across the clavicle where the crossbow has just snapped and fucking cut him deep. Okay, this guy.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it's no good. Okay, you guys, these moving. All right, she.
Yep. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to go absolutely fucking horrifically for me. I'm gonna take so many attacks.
Wow, still gonna try
You
to run. Good for
disengage.
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking run. So I'm gonna moving slowly. I'm going to take the quarterstaff off my back, and I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to drop it. Drop the quarterstaff as if I'm going to surrender. And the second they, instinctually look at it, I'm gonna fucking bolt towards that gate.
Okay, understood.
I fully know that there's going to be attacks there, but
Give me just
yeah.
1 sec here. Give me just 1
Run.
sec. She could have, but she didn't think about it. So, okay, give me 1 sec before you move, because just in case you get dropped before you actually move.
Yep.
So, yeah. 6, that's 2. So that is 16 points of slashing damage. Only 2 of the 3 actually hit you as you go to move, but boy, they are on you like flies on shit. Wham! Both of them.
So, that would take me exactly to 0.
Yep,
However, relentless endurance.
Yep, so instead of going to 0, you become 1 hit point.
Uh-huh. Fucking hurts. Gonna fucking move. Because, yeah, I don't fucking surrender. So, yep. This is gonna go badly. Let's go not towards Ray, so we're going to go, I'm going down and east. So, dodge around him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4, 5, and 6. And on the others, I can just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully that breaks up a little bit of line of sight.
Okay. So yeah, as you begin to move, these 3 guys slash out at you. One goes way over your head. The second guy sticks you literally in the ribs, pulls out. The second guy slashes across the same spot, revealing your actual rib structure. You cough some blood as you feel your lungs have taken damage, but you are a half-orc, and you refuse to die. And with that, you pull yourself back up and begin to just bolt like a stag that's been shot in the heart and knows it's done for. It still continues to leap. All right. Anything else, She?
No, that's what I can do, because that's not a. Nope, that's all I can do.
Okay, got some guys moving here. They do not have line... Well, that guy didn't have line of sight on you anyways. This guy... Guess he's move there. And give me just 1 sec. That is a 7. So a crossbow bolt, literally right next to you into the wagon. All right.
And she's just muttering, just let this hunt end in honor.
Okay, these guys are moving. They cannot do anything to you as they are double moving.
Yep.
Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so he's going to go here. So this guy, 10, 20, come here. He's gonna try. Oh yeah, okay, that's a 21 to hit. Well, minimum damage is gonna be minimum damage is 4. So you hear another thum of a crossbow bolt, and you feel a sting, like in the back of your neck, right in that weird spot where you have a knack for hitting people who are close to you. And you lose the last bit of blood that you can maintain, and you go unconscious.
Yep.
Okay, so Ree, you have been bound. You are restrained. You can technically make attacks right now because restraint doesn't say you can't, but you make them a disadvantage, and your movement speed is 0, and dexterity saving throws automatically fail. However, you could also attempt to break out of these bands with a strength check. Okay, so you are going full bore on this.
So Rhea will be like, "You didn't get nothing," and she will rage, bonus action rage, and attempt to, attempt to break out of the bonds, which she probably won't, but it'll be funny. All right, so. It's just going to be a straight up strength check?
Yep, just a strength check.
Alright, so I do have advantage now because I'm raging.
Okay.
Why did it automatically do it?
Alright, so yeah, you rage, and as you rage, you scream, and you flex your muscles, and you feel the magic. You actually hear like this booyah within the binds, boom, 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 as you break and they shatter. And the guy in front of you who threw him, you hear him audibly say in common, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, surprise, cockbag!
And she'll punch him in the face.
All right. Well,
Well, it's an action to break out of the chains.
yeah,
probably.
it was. Yeah.
But she'll
Get ready to punch him in the face.
get ready to punch him in the face. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this guy's gonna move here. He's gonna attack twice. Oh, that's a nat 20. 16. What's your AC? That was 16 doesn't hit, right?
16 does hit because I don't have my shield on me, right? Because I dropped that.
Right. Okay, so 16 does hit. Okay. So that's 22 points of slashing damage. One was a crit, one was regular. Reduced, though, because you're raging to 11. Alright, so that ends his turn. This guy... Alright, so this guy, the bannerman, he kind of like runs up, he stabs the flag into the ground, and he reaches into a pouch and he pulls this glitter out, this weird like rainbowy glitter, and he drops it in front of him, and he says, "I suggest you give yourself up, goblin. It's not worth it. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw."
Just giving me all the all the good ones here. Wait, I got to. I think for some reason I'm doing automatic crits. Hang on a second.
Must be nice.
Okay.
He meant advantage. If
Oh,
you right
I think
click,
it was because I was always I was hitting Alt when I was rolling, and apparently that makes me roll with advantage. But
that's actually a good thing to note, though.
That's a good
that's
one.
good to know for the future. That
Okay.
clearly doesn't say.
Oh,
like,
y'all
yeah.
didn't know that?
Nope.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, Alt is my push to talk button.
Yeah, same.
All right, so as this happens, something comes over you. You hear this guy whisper in your head, and you immediately feel, you know what?
Okay.
Resistance is futile. He's right. What the fuck am I doing? Look at all these guys. Finally, somebody talks some sense into me, because look at this dude. It makes sense. And you kind of give up. Okay, as that is being said... Sorry, go ahead.
Is that what is there any other action that like he's telling me to do, like just like
Nope. He
just stop fighting.
Just give up. Yep. Just throw down your arms. Well, your arms are already down. You don't really have an option there, but
I have my body. I can't throw them down.
So, just so you're aware, the way that this works is that the suggested course of action continues for the entire duration of the spell, which is concentration 8 hours. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends within the ends when the subject finishes what it is asked to do. So once you have officially surrendered, that magic will, whoosh, kind of go away. Just so we're clear.
So wait, would I surrender and then like, oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? And get back into the fight?
Yeah, I guess it depends on like what you consider surrender. I guess if you wanted to cheese it, you could really cheese it. But yeah, he's asking you to give yourself up.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just fight's over.
I mean, we can. Yeah, right, exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
we can go, bare bones and knuckle it. You can murder everybody in the city if you want to. But they are going to move up, and they are going to attempt to bind you. Beaufort, this is your last round within city limits. Are you resisting?
Nope.
Okay, let me move you off the map. Thank you. All right, so this guy is he's kind of looking at you awkwardly. This is the same guy who threw these bands at you. He's kind of like staring at them like, what the fuck did this thing just do to the most expensive possession I've ever seen? And he reaches out and he grabs your wrists and attempts to manacle you. Do you accept the manacles?
You're talking to Ree, right?
To Ree, yeah. Yeah, you're the last one on the map.
I guess
right
based
now,
on that, I guess based on the suggestion, then no, I would just let it happen.
Okay, so for all intents and purposes, at this point, you have been bound, and he is leading you.
Don't forget my stuff, please.
Oh, somebody picked him up immediately. As soon as you dropped it, like
Thank
as soon as
you.
those bands hit you, you saw one of the soldiers snatch them the fuck up. They were like, if she has these, we are in a lot of trouble.
It was very kind of you to remember my stuff.
All right, Gray,
Appreciate
are
it.
you doing anything else?
No, I think the sum of, if everything goes, I guess, as I want to it, it's just going to be him following, like, Doc and Beaufort while trying to keep distance from the guys at top until they get to, like, a busy street. Then he's going to switch from invisibility to disguise self.
Okay, right out in the open, you're just going to materialize and cast
No,
another
I'll
spell?
try and find, like a space to cast it.
Okay, understood. All right, and for the sake of brevity, Ree, would you like to fuck these guys up again when they... Because they're going to move you down their next turn. They're going to move you another 30 feet. They appear to be going south in the city. But the suggestion will technically end, because at this point, you have surrendered, just as it said, and it seems to have worn off.
Nah, I'll just keep on keeping on with these guys.
Okay, so over the course of the next, 3 minutes or so, all of these guards surround...
You want me to do death saves?
Give me 1 sec, Kat. The answer is no, actually. They patch you up immediately.
Cool.
So, over the course of the next 3 or 4 minutes, every guard that was... Or every militiaman that was focusing on anybody else, except for the few who have already been taken away, surround Ree, in this block, and they all have swords and spears drawn on you. And these guys, you notice, without even rolling an insight check, you smell the piss. They are trembling around you because they have never seen anybody break out of those bands before.
Nah, we're cool, guys. Don't worry about it. We're all friends now.
Just wait till I get out of these
What is that, 16 guys?
It's a lot. It's literally a lot.
Really appreciate the fact that you guys spent so much time focusing on little old me. That's nice.
Okay, so for the for the sake of brevity, we will consider this combat has officially ended, and we are going to move to our next scene. So here's what happens.
We're all hanged. Roll new characters.
No. Come
I'll be
on
fine.
now. Dungeons
I'll
and
get
Dragons is a game of intrigue. We don't go that route. That is a simp DM move. So.
The blade itself.
Welcome to prison.
Wait. Yeah.
Except Gray.
We're
I honestly,
we're
I forgot he had invisibility, so I assumed he was going to be here too. If it came to this, there was another map. There was another map that was the road north. If you actually got out, just so we're clear. We did not get to the road north. You got to the road south. So here's what happens. Gray, just so you're aware, you follow them because invisibility is concentration for an hour.
For an hour, yeah.
You follow them. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I'm going to move you guys one more time and show you exactly where you're at, okay? All right. So, you guys go from the Church of Palor, and the front gate was right here. You are led south, past the guard and militia headquarters, around this little building here, down towards the edge of the wall, very particularly staying clear of the marketplace and the center of the city, which is where the central hub is. You guys are led down south to this building right here. I don't know if you can see that. Your heads aren't covered. Nobody hides what they're doing or where they're taking you. You are brought straight to, let's see, who's been here? Gray, you've been here. Doc, you've been here. And I don't know if you actually were here long enough to know what this is, but Doc and Gray, you both know that this is like the local jailhouse. It's where they throw the drunkards. This is like the drunk tank, yada, yada, yada. Or the holding cell. Okay.
Am I actually conscious as they're, like you said, they patched me up,
You
but
are not.
am I conscious?
Nope.
Okay.
You are not
So-
conscious. You are unconscious, but you are stabilized. They do immediately render aid to you. Okay,
Cool.
so let's move back over to the other scene.
So I imagine the suggestion would have worn off by the time Ree got into the jail. So now she's like thrashing, bouncing off the walls.
The suggestion wore off within 30 seconds of you handing your arms over. He clasped you, started to lead you, and you were like, whoa, what the fuck? That's why there was 16 dudes around you with you unarmed, because they were trying to keep you as pacified as possible, and they were very, very, very afraid.
I'd be too.
Yeah, you better be scared, you fucking bastards. I'll gnaw off your fucking kneecaps.
So you guys are led into this, into these cells. Okay. Within these cells, you're led into like a main hall. It's like a wooden frame structure. Each of you is stripped completely of any weapons, armor, cloaks, anything. The only thing that does not go. No, that's removable. Never mind. So yes, everything goes with you, goes from you. You are given very simple, like burlap tunics, burlap pants. You get a set of like leather moccasins, which actually is pretty fucking nice. But besides that, everything is taken from you. It is cataloged. You see them. There is an officiation here. This is no weird backwoods, fucking justice thing. You do see that they are going through the ropes of what normal society would go through to arrest somebody. You're brought down to your respective cells. You are at 1 hit point. Doc, anybody, I don't know where you guys were at hit point wise, but if you were supposed to be higher or lower than where you are, just do me a favor and mark yourselves appropriately. Gray, you follow them invisibly. They don't take the main road. They go way to the east and they hug the wall all the way down, trying to keep them out of the public view. But as soon as they get down to where you realize they're going, you're like, fuck, they're going to fucking prison. They're going to jail. They're going to jail. Which means that the next step is probably the Lord Magistrate's sanctum, which means they're gonna go on trial. So you guys are thrown in here. While that is happening and you're being checked in, Gray, what do you do? I roll a new character and fuck these guys.
Tempting. But no, you said last character, so I'm not gonna do that. You just explained how death works, so. I think Gray is gonna, once he sees they're going for the jail, he's gonna, does he know how long it usually takes for, like, I guess, criminals to be put on trial?
You know what, that's a good question, man. Make a history check for me.
Okie dokie. History is not bad.
That's a very good question. I actually didn't anticipate.
15.
15. Yeah. So Middleton is not part of any empire. Instead, it kind of embraces all the other 4 empires' laws in little bits and pieces to create its own form of justice. With that being said, because 2 of the kingdoms require what's referred to as rapid justice and the other 2 are trial justice, they have what's called a fast justice system. So sometime between now and 2 days from now, 48 hours, they must stand trial.
Okay. In that case, Gray is gonna think he has some time, so he's gonna head over to the market and hopefully purchase 1, a backpack, 2, some new clothes that aren't as obviously standoutish.
Okay, real quick, you did say you were casting Disguise Self. Is that still part of the plan?
If I can get into, like, as I go into the market, he is gonna change to disguise self. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check to
Okie doke.
perform your transmogrification quietly or sneakily.
17.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let me I'll be a son of a bitch, a 4 and a 5. All right, yeah. No, you and what do you look like?
He's gonna try and look like a common person walking around with like the peasant's clothes and maybe like a brown-ish cloak, kind of like a homeless beggar. Is what he's trying to go for.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so you perform your spell and you become this beggar / commoner guy. What are you doing from there? Because these guys do have some time before they are, going to be spoken to.
Yeah. Like I said, he's gonna go to the market and try and buy clothes that he can wear without magic to like change how he looks.
Okay, so you're just looking for like just a generic set of like commoner's clothes?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and maybe like a cloak.
Cloak. Okay.
Try and hide his face.
Sure. Yeah, you can find both of those. I mean, they're pretty common, but you can find both of them for let's say 2 silver for the entire set.
Sure.
That comes with a fresh set of boot wraps, which is a specialty item that shit kickers wear when they're dealing with animal stalls.
Okay, that works. 2 silver pieces. I'll remove that.
Yep, and you can
then-
add a set of commoner's clothes, just a set of commoner's clothes and a cloak.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, that happens very fast. Is there anything else you'd like to do in this time frame?
Otherwise, he's just gonna be, I guess, keeping a safe distance, but like acting like a beggar. I don't know if there's beggars in like the military area, but he's gonna be like pretending to. While watching the place, he's just gonna be pretending to beg.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Yeah, finally, something I'm great at.
Yeah,
No, this is where I roll a 1. It's gonna happen.
You use it as fucking beggar. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Awesome. I approve. I approve of this performance check. Okay, it's
11.
not bad. It's kind of tough because like you're like one of those guys who stands outside of a Walmart and you're in Nigeria, dude. You don't even know what a Walmart is. Do you know what a
Spare
Walmart is?
change.
Do you have a Walmart in Africa?
No, but I used to
Okay.
live in the UAE.
So it's like
So we
it's
have,
like
like-
it's like a Tesco. You know what a Tesco is?
No.
God damn it! All right, where do you shop?
It's a general store.
Do you shop at the shaman's hut? Like, is that where you get your
We have
goat?
like Spar, I guess would be the equivalent. It's
Okay.
like this
So you go to
building that
like
just sells everything.
exactly, there you go. So you go to that generic place, and it's like you're like the guy who stands outside and pretends to beg, even though he's got like 400,000 in the bank, but he just dresses like shit, and he's just been fooling people his whole life. So you're kind of like that, like wife and children were kidnapped by orc sign out there, and but over the course of we'll say the next couple hours, you gain 3 copper.
Okay.
And 4 silver pieces from people who feel pretty bad for you.
Hell yeah, I even get my money back.
Made my money
You
back.
doubled your money.
Good fucking job, man.
And he's basically just gonna be watching for like their move, for what's happening with them.
Okay, understood. All right, so you guys are led down into these cells. While you were down here, nobody's knocked unconscious. Just so we're clear, the only person who's knocked unconscious is the person who resisted. Well, actually, one of the people who resisted, the person who really resisted. And even then, there was a very clear-cut difference between. Just as a group mention here, there's a very clear-cut distance between them, or a very clear-cut difference between them taking she, who was also just running, and Ree, who was also just running after her initial assault, whereas they were going to straight up bring she down with whatever it took, and Ree was more of a subdue as best as you can. So just do with that what you will. So you guys are down here. You're thrown in your cells. You're told that the Lord Magistrate will see you within the next 2 days, as is law. Somebody will be down to speak with you, or you will be brought to the Magistrate's Hall for the reading of rights and the reading of charges prior to the trial. Just a bunch of bureaucratic hubbub and bullshit. So, you guys are here. The cells that you have before you, these doors are like traditional jail cell doors. They are like iron bars with iron clasps in them. You can see through. So you can see Ree. Doc, you are looking towards an empty cell, and Beaufort, you are looking towards an empty cell. The guards in this location looked nothing like the guards that were apprehending you. And with that being said, since you all see them, why don't you you wouldn't have seen them because they made sure that you were conscious and not dying or bleeding out after they put you in here. But Ree, Beaufort, and Doc, please give me a. Give me an investigation check, please.
12.
17.
Okay. All right.
4, do I win?
Close.
It's not golf.
Very
We're
close. You
almost
were right there. So, Doc, you were the only one that recognizes that the heraldry these guys are wearing is the heraldry of the Copper Blade, which is a mercenary group from Port Emerson.
Can you say their name again? I'm sorry.
It's the Order of the Copper Blade. and they are a mercenary group from Port Emerson. And everybody inside the jail has worn either a belt tabard or a full tabard or some insignia that would represent that. Can you guess what it looked like?
Probably a copper blade.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Is there a window in my cell?
There is not. You have not seen any. So you guys were led into a main floor, which did have many windows on it. It actually had a second floor, which you did not see. You were then checked in. Your stuff was removed. And then they brought you down a set of stairs that went down 10 feet. A large iron door was opened. You were brought into this cobblestone wall and cobblestone floor chamber and then thrown into a cell. And besides the lights, which there's a torch here, you get what you get on my maps, guys. The torches are here. You can see around, but there is no window in any cell.
Okay.
I wasn't going to make it that easy.
Rhea will probably spend the majority of her time like throwing herself against the bars.
Okay. Are you actively trying to break them?
Maybe in the beginning.
Okay, go ahead and just give me, we'll say give me 2 strength checks. We'll say it's like over the course of 5 minutes or so while you're kind of getting all the piss and vinegar out of yourself. Oh god, if you roll a nat 20 and kick this fucking door down, we gotta do combat in here.
I don't know why I roll with advantage, but take those as my 2 attacks, I guess.
Okay, sure. So the 6, you kind of just like thrash like a toddler who was just told no to cookies at bedtime.
Oh, I know why, because it still thinks I'm raging.
Oh, so it's doing all the strength check. I got it. So
Yeah.
do you have like a tick box to check when you're raging?
I do, yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, okay, so you, either way, you kick and scream and, cuss and spit and pee and whatever else Ree does to get mad, and then you kind of like back yourself up against the wall, and then sure as shit, you full-blown like charge, and you actually see one of the bars, like one of the weak spots on the bars where it had been kind of like welded, it had been kind of forged to it, it snaps. And you're like, oh shit, and you hear a bunch of guards coming, so you instinctually kind of back up, and you see them look at it, and then look at you, and at that point, they are going...
It was always like that.
They
Kinda like that.
They're gonna post an archer outside your door who just has one arrow knocked, not pulled back or anything the whole time, pointing at you, but knocked and just standing there. You can kind of get this sense of like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to watch you all night. This is like me being on psych watch. This is not good.
Gonna be a long night, buddy.
Was that you?
Oh, it was clearly Ree. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that was me.
So, how are y'all doing?
Well, not great. I'm in jail, so...
Yeah, I only went to jail once.
I've never been to jail at all because I'm a doctor, and that's not usually what we do.
Been to Goblin Jail, but I've been able to just walk out of the bars. I've been punched walls, and this didn't work this time.
Oh, well, I went to jail for Dwarven Toss.
No, so that makes sense.
She stays completely quiet. And since I guess Ray's the only one that can see her, she is just sitting with her back to the wall.
Yeah, I accidentally threw a gnome that didn't swim in a lake, and they had to go get him, and I went into the dunk tank.
It sounds well deserved.
I didn't know he didn't swim.
Maybe don't throw gnomes. I mean,
Why are you throwing gnomes near lakes?
Because it's called Dwarven Toss.
That doesn't explain anything.
It explains everything.
How does it? Why is it near a lake? Why are you tossing each other? Why did you mistake a dwarf for a gnome for a dwarf?
What usually happens is you spin and spin and spin, then you throw it, so you have more momentum. And I accidentally threw to the left instead of in the middle.
Doc says, "Excuse me, can I please go first? Can I go first?"
At Dwarven Toss, or?
No, she's saying it to the
I know,
guard.
Okay, you shout that to the guards?
Yeah.
No, they don't move. Nothing happens.
I mean, we've done something similar on top of the mountains, because we just toss rocks, though, usually.
Oh, so
That's
it
because
wasn't like
rocks
rats
are
or
not
anything.
living things, so maybe that's why that was your choice.
Well, yeah,
Hey.
I mean, it was generally a bad idea to toss other goblins off the mountaintop.
We pay the gnomes.
That makes it better.
I mean, it's
It does make it
compensation.
better.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Beaufort.
I let somebody toss me for a gold coin.
Okay, it's a gold coin and medical bills.
It's not
At
helping
this
your
point,
case here.
she's going to speak up, and she's going to say just a completely like flat voice, actually probably fairly raspy considering how close she is to fucking death. And
As usual.
she's gonna, in the middle of everything else, she's gonna say, "This isn't going to end well for me, and they're going to send me back to the camps. That's a given. Just make sure the little hunter gets to your family, gets safe."
With all due respect, I mean with all due respect here, that was already in the plan before I got thrown in jail.
I still have one card left to play, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think any of them are gnomes, Beaufort.
Yes, and it's not a gnome. It's a name.
Kind of sounds similar.
Doesn't it?
Gnome name?
Ooh.
I didn't go to school for too much, but that kind of sounds right.
Okay.
So, over the course of the next couple minutes, you guys banter back and forth. And you hear one of the doors open. This time it's the rear door. And one of the guards steps forward and turns towards you, Beaufort. And he looks down at you. Does anybody speak Undercommon? God, you guys all speak the same fucking languages, but that doesn't really help you in as far as diversity is concerned. Okay, so something is muttered that sounds very Eastern. Continentally Eastern. And this guy steps forward and he looks in at you and he says, "You, hands through the bars, please. It is time to bind you."
I'm going to go ahead and put my hands in sideways so he can bind them.
Okay, you do so. And there's a little slot for him where you would see, like, prisoners would be bound. And just so everyone's clear, everybody has been unbound before they were put in here. So, for whatever that may or may not do for you. As you put him through, he shackles your arms, and then he kind of like fishes this chain through. He bends down and he reaches in and he shackles your legs to it. He then pops the door open and he says, "Please follow me this way. The Lord Magistrate is ready to see you for your initial hearing."
Are they coming too?
He smiles. "That's not my fucking business. The Lord Magistrate will see you."
Okay.
You've done nothing wrong, Beaufort!
So at this point, he begins to kind of drag you out of the cell, and he leads you out. Do you go willingly? I'm just going to ask, as a blanket statement, is everybody going willingly, or do we need to initiate combat every time these guys try to buckle you
Doc
guys?
really wants to go now.
We might put up a fight.
Okay. Well, when we get there, we'll work on the overwhelming odds of... Actually, you could still potentially get the fuck out of this place, and that's what scares me.
Doc also yells,
We wouldn't have any of our shit.
Truth.
Right.
She also, depending on how that goes, she might resist.
Okay. I'm not worried about you. I could slap you in the head and you'd go unconscious again, so. Alright,
I mean, I can also heal.
That is true.
I'm not, but I could.
Okay, so Beaufort, you're led out of your cell, up a very similar set of stairs, but then you are led in a tunnel. There is a carved out cobblestone tunnel that goes forward from where the stairs stop about 80 feet, and it takes a sharp turn right. You take the turn right, it goes another 40 or 50 feet, and then it turns right again. And this time, it kind of swings wide, like at an angle, another almost 100 feet before you hit a door. The door opens. Give me one moment, please. All right, so Bofer. You. I'm going to reveal something for you here. There you go, buddy. So you are brought in the back door, this little door right here. And as you enter, you are in a completely different aesthetic as far as a building is concerned. The walls are hewn from almost pure rock grind, which is what we would call like present day cement, though it's a little bit more coarse. But it's very, very thick, very dense, and it's all been smoothed down and covered with some sort of material that has given it a sheen. The floors are carved from the most... Actually, you know what? Give me a history check with advantage, because you, sir, are a dwarf, and I know what you've got at your disposal. 15. Yeah, this is called azurite marble. It is blue dwarven marble, and the floors have been absolutely perfected in this room. In this room, there are 5 cells, a huge, like 6'2" full-blooded wood elf, which is unheard of in wood elf society, man, standing at the door on the northern edge, who's carrying a two-headed axe, supposedly guarding another door leading to the north, and then there are an additional 4 cages in here, as well as a door down to the south, which you're not entirely sure of. You're brought into the cage. You're locked in. The manacles are broken off of you. Is there anything you'd like to do while you are here?
I'm just gonna look around and try to see if anything else is off.
Anything else is off? Did
Like,
you say?
anything's off about the room at all?
Okay. Give me a perception check. We'll go that route first.
Nope. That's a 5.
No, you glance around. You're so taken aback by the azurite stone that you are like, what is this? Why is this in Middleton of all fucking places? Okay, so probably 10-15 minutes or so go by, and 10 or 15 minutes go by, and there's a door over on this wall right here, which you can't see entirely because it opens the other direction, so I've got it on the other side of the wall. Anyways, it opens. The big guy comes around, and he turns towards you. He's got this goofy mohawk and this crazy pencil-thin mustache that wisps out ever so slightly. This is the weirdest full-blooded wood elf you have ever seen in your life. Very barbaric in nature and somehow super fancy. But he kind of looks down at you and he says, "Give me your hands."
Okay. Here.
Okay, so you put your hands through the slot.
Yeah.
He goes through the routine of shackling you with his own shackles, and then he turns and he says, "They want to see you in big chamber now. You come, yeah?"
Yes.
Good.
Where are you from?
He looks down at you. "What do you mean, where I from? I am from the corner of the room where I was standing."
What birth you from?
"What birthed me? My mother birthed me, I think. Maybe
Where
Minotaur. I'm very large."
Where mother from?
"Mother? From grandmother. Where your mother from?" "Okay, you come now. I get in trouble. Not good. We talk maybe sometime later." And he begins.
Yes.
And he begins to... Thank you, Bofer. Okay, so I'm gonna reveal some more for you, buddy.
New favorite NPC.
I was trying to see from like where this dude was from because he sounds so different. He looks so different.
Damn, big group.
Welcome to the Lord Magistrate's chambers.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Well, it's a public place. court is held openly in almost all medieval settings. So very rarely does court get held in a private situation. So, okay, so the big guy enters.
Damn, court was open.
You enter. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna place you where they.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so they sit you. There's a little chair in the center, a little stool. He closes the door behind him, and he just stands in front of the door. This crossbowman very awkwardly comes down here because he doesn't want to be near that guy. So, just to give you a little bit of perspective about this room, because obviously there's a lot to take in here, and yes, I may or may not have spent probably close to 2.5 hours building this fucking map for you guys, because I had a feeling that there was a 30-70 shot you would not run out of the city like I had hoped you would, because that would have been much easier. Anyways.
Looks good.
Thank you. Arkenforge. It is an absolutely amazing program that these anyways, I'll talk about that later, but yes, so it's a fantastic program for building things from scratch. So at the front, which is the eastern side here, you see a massive set of marble and silver double doors, like absolutely huge, like probably 10-12 feet high. Anybody who is wearing a purple cloak with a weapon is very clearly insigniaed as a magistrate guard of Middleton. Just for reference, there is a small set of stairs here that goes up about 7 or 8 feet, and this is what is referred to in most societies, Beaufort, you would actually know this, as a public gallery. The public gallery is actually for people who are of nobility status and higher. People who are sitting down here are typically jury members or diplomats from other nations. That is anybody sitting in these 12 chairs right here. Beaufort, as you look out, there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people sitting in these chairs. Every single one of them are dwarven. Back here in the red seats, this is what is referred to as commoner seating. This is where the common rabble from the street is always welcome in, but they must sit in these seats, and if these seats are full, they cannot come into court. So it's either kind of a get there early or don't get there at all situation. This is a fountain right here, small, very well in gold and silver emblazoned fountain. Up at the front, this is the magistrate's desk. This is where the magistrate would sit and conduct court. This desk, this half desk, and respective large stone chair are seats where either witnesses or legal counsel would sit in order to defend somebody who was being brought to court. Does that make sense? Any questions? Anything I can answer about what you're seeing in the room?
No, I understand so far.
These right here, these are large marble pillars. From floor to ceiling, we're looking at about 80 feet. And absolutely gorgeous, lavish, over-the-top tapestries hanging. Anything back here, these are the red tapestries that are hanging. Anything like this or this up here, they are active braziers, which is lighting the entire interior. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. So, you sit. Well, you are sat. Excuse me. They sit you. Sit your ass down. Sorry. So let's see here. Let me grab this real quick. Bear with me for one moment.
Thought the court was in a different building.
What's that? Court is in a different building. It's in a totally different building.
We went underground.
Yeah. Did you not hear the part where he was walking through all the tunnels?
I think I did, but my branch went.
Yeah. So he walked. It was like 40 or 50 feet to the. I guess it would. Well, I guess it would be. Well, he doesn't know what direction he's in, but outside of the chamber, and then it hooked right, and then hooked right again at an angle by about 100 feet, and then it led up into that back door, which then led into the holding cells.
Damn, that's cool.
You knowing where you're at would absolutely know
Nada.
where this is. You 100% know where this is. It's common knowledge. I mean, if you're in a city this often, you know where the magistrate's office is. So.
Yeah.
Beggar tries to get in.
They'll let you in. It doesn't matter. Any peasant off the street can come in, but if these seats are full, you can't come in. Also, the shadows that you're seeing right here, This is representing that there are large chandeliers hanging above you.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
when I don't drop the opacity, it's really awkward looking, so...
Is it like full?
It's full. I was just like,
Okay.
how the fuck do I do this? So I dropped the opacity to 21%. I was like, cool, they look like shadows. Oh, we'll keep them. All right. Sorry, I apologize about that. Wait, I finally got what I needed. Okay, so the rear door opens and a small man exits. I will give you a description here. He takes the seat in the chair. So this man, he's a small halfling man, probably early to mid 50s. He has graying hair, but just around the edges, like where his brow line and where his eye line would be. It's just starting to stretch around to the back. His hair is pulled back. It's just starting to gray there, but it is very dark black everywhere else. It is pulled back into an extremely tight bun at the rear of his head. He's wearing long purple robes with a very intricate gold trim. And that is that. So as the door opens and he begins to exit, everybody in the room stands up. And the crosswoman standing at the door says, he says, Lord Magistrate Peter Morica, presiding, all rise. Everybody seems to stand. Does Beaufort stay seated?
I guess he'll rise as well.
Okay. So the man kind of nods. He perches himself up in his seat. He kind of awkwardly looks around and he jumps down off of his seat. He grabs a book off of the table and he puts it on the seat, and then he climbs back on and he sits just about 2 inches higher. He goes, much better. So, who do we have today? One moment while I take a look at my notes from the guardsmen. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, this is an initial appearance. Wonderful. So who do we have with us today? This is... My goodness. Beaufort Anvilrock, first of his name, son of Bomber, grandson of Tunomi of the House Anvilrock Bankers in Helmcar. Naughty boy, this'll make a tickle in the Laughing King's beard. What are you here for?
Beaufort's gonna start shaking.
You are here for harboring a fugitive, aiding and abetting a fugitive, bribery of a holy official under command of a sacred order. Bribery? My goodness. Ooh, that's a big diamond. Desecration of church property, fleeing the scene of a crime, disrupting the peace, resisting a public peacekeeper. Oh, that's not good for a banker. Aiding the escape of a known fugitive. Oh. And sacrilege in the name of a recognized good-natured deity, Moradin. That's unfortunate. This is quite a rap sheet, quite a set of charges you have against yourself, Mr. Anvilrock. Do you understand the charges I've read against you, or would you like clarification on them, my friend?
What do you mean by sacrilege?
Kind of looks through. He says, Well, harboring a fugitive, aiding and abetting a fugitive, bribery of a holy official under command of a sacred order, bribery, desecration of church property, sacrilege in the name of your own god. These are charges brought up by Mordinian priests, my friend.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did my gods not tell you how proceedings in my chambers work? Have you been left in the dark? He turns to the crosswoman, and the crosswoman shrugs, and he says, Lord Magistrate, I've never seen him before, I'm sorry. He kind of looks cockeyed, looks back at you. You have been told how this works, correct? Have you ever been to prison before? Have you ever been in trouble before, Mr. Anvilrock?
Once, but it was in a small town.
And what were you in trouble for in your small town?
He's gonna look around and say, under his, dwarven toss.
He looks at you cockeyed, and then he sits back in his chair. Wow. Dwarven toss. Now there's a sport I haven't seen in years. You know, the Four Kingdoms outlawed it. Well, 3 of the Four Kingdoms outlawed it. Port Emerson... Well, we all know how Port Emerson is. Interesting. You are in trouble... I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. You're getting me excited. So you have no idea how true court proceedings work. Or did you go through an actual trial for your dwarven toss issue?
No, I just got in trouble because I was young.
My boy, you are still young. What are you? You're not a day over 60?
80.
You look great for your age. Good for you. Good family genetics, those anvil rocks. Good bankers, nice people. I actually do all of my personal banking. I'm sorry, I digress. Would you like me to explain to you how this will all unfold and how it will work? Or do you have an understanding of the law?
I have a decent understanding of the law, but if you could if you would wish to.
I would be more happy than you could possibly understand to describe to you exactly what's going to go down in the next 48 hours. So, first of all, my friend, maybe not my friend, maybe you're my enemy, but either way, you're a friend when you are here in my presence. So, what we're going to do, and he flips through a few pages and he goes, oh my goodness, we have a lot of you here. Oh, what's this now? It's 5. We have 4 in custody, but there's 1 missing. I'm not here to begin my interrogation process, Mr. Bofa, but apparently you have a friend missing, and if you have a chance to see or hear from your friend, as I know what magic is, let him know it's easy to turn himself in than to get found out as a fugitive himself. Kind of winks at you.
I haven't seen him since I got arrested.
That's not what I said, just keep it in mind.
Okay.
Very well. So, we have your trial. This is exactly what is going to happen. So, there will be a few things that will happen in the course of the next 2 days. First of all, you will remain in our custody until judgment has been seen fit either in your favor or in our favor, meaning the greater town. We will give you an opportunity to we will have an interrogator come in and he will ask you questions, and that will only last for 15 minutes. It is law that we can only interrogate any individual for 15 minutes. That will be you, your friend Doc, as she goes by. We will get some legal paperwork in order. We just happen to have your information through another source. But your friend Doc, who seems a little bit on the elusive side, we already know about this she character, and Ree as well. Awfully similar in name. It's a rhyming thing. Anyways, I digress. So we will speak to you for 15 minutes. We will gather as much information as we can to assist in the building of our own case. While this is happening, there will be a zone of truth spell placed at your feet. Should you resist said zone of truth, and that we will know, and should you tell a lie, we will know, and yes, we will go from there. We are just trying to find the truth. We know that good people do bad things, and we want to ensure that those people can be rehabilitated and set back into the community, because we know, especially a priest of Mordian, my boy, you're very necessary in the greater world. Anyways, we will speak with you for 15 minutes. After that 15 minutes, you may call a single witness to act or speak in your defense for any of the crimes or all of the crimes that you see fit that have been charged against you. We will then bring you forth for trial. We will hear your crimes. We will hear the testimony of your witness, should you have a witness, and we will see judgment as judgment is fit. Now, you will also be allowed to speak for yourself, but you will only have 5 minutes to speak for yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, boy?
I do.
Wonderful. Judgments will be dealt out immediately following proceedings, up and into including the judgment of death, but I don't believe we're going that route. Flipping through your paperwork, death does not look like something that we need to worry about, as there was no assault and battery, there was no murder or mass murder charges, and I thank you very much, honestly, I mean this truly, for complying with my guards. I am going to send you back to your cell. I just wanted to make sure that you understood everything that was happening here. I'm going to allow you a moment. I'm going to move your cells a little bit closer so you and your companions can speak. Our guards will be listening, so don't think you're going to get any tricks off on us, but I'm going to allow you to regale this information to them, or I can bring them up here and do it myself. It is your choice. We brought you up here first because, quite frankly, as a brother of the cloth, we believe that you are the one to lead the sheep not into temptation, but to deliver them from evil. Yeah, I did that.
I know you did that. I'm a Texas boy. You don't think I
I
know
know,
that.
that's why I did it.
I will explain it to them.
Very well. Get a good night's rest. I understand that you've had a very long day, and I've heard the tales of the past couple of days, and I've heard that you've had a very long couple of days, and quite frankly, you look like garbage, my friend. So get yourself some rest. We will see you tomorrow morning. We will start by bringing you up. If you would like to speak with your witness, or if you would like to call a witness, my guards in town will immediately order the subpoena. We will drag them down to the dungeons. No, I'm kidding, we won't. Well, we literally will, but it won't be for enslavement purposes, or for capturing purposes. It will be to speak to you. Or your friends. You can decide how you want to. Now, also, many of our fines, many of our judgments do come down in the cost of gold piece fines only. We do not accept any gemstones. Looking at this bribery charge here, Mr. Anvil Rock. We do not accept gemstones as a form of payment. It can only be cash. If one of your companions would like to speak with a banker, we could possibly arrange that to change gems out for coin. If you would like to pay your fines that way, then we'll move forward from there. Do you have any questions?
Do you currently have an Anvil Rock representative here?
He smiles and he looks over to you. He looks over your shoulder. Ladies and gentlemen of the delegates of Helmcar, are any of you of the Anvil Rock family? Nobody stands.
Is an Anvil Rock account carried here?
I'm sorry, can you clarify the question, please? Is an Anvil Rock account carried here?
By the money changers.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, we the banking system is well, again, aside from Port Emerson, as they're a little finicky on their exchange rates, everywhere else, Port Werlin, Helmcar, and Port Sindrian, as well as Middleton, Blackburg, Bree, Hobbleton, and a couple other small outlying towns, villages, and cities all go by standard practices and exchange rates. But yes, we do have Anvil Rock capability.
If I may ask, what is your title, if I may ask?
Yes, I am Lord Magistrate.
Lord Magistrate. If I may ask, what would all of these charges from my companions amount to?
I honestly have no idea. I have not sifted through their paperwork. It is all individual. What I can tell you is that if you are found guilty to no defense, if you plead no defense, or if you plead guilty to all of these crimes, we could be looking at approximately 280 gold pieces worth of fines, plus a little bit of imprisonment and stockade time. Would you like me to read the specific charges to you with what the maximum penalty holds?
No, I understand.
Okay.
I think we could, I think I'm ready to talk to my companions.
Wonderful. Then, my friends, my compatriots, my loyal guard, In the name of the Seven and all that is holy, I am going to conclude today's session. Please see Mr. Anvil rock back to his cell. Guards, I would like you to ensure that Mr. Anvil Rock's companions are brought close enough together to speak but not touch, because I don't trust trickery. Also, for the ladies and gentlemen in the gallery and for the public viewings, please note that Mr. Grayax is still a wanted fugitive. He is on the run. He did not comply and was not found at the scene of the crime after everybody was taken in. If you see him, there is a reward of 75 gold pieces, and that will be paid directly in cash, either via platinum and gold or in gold purely, however you desire. Thank you, and take care of yourselves. Be well. And he steps down from his little chair, big chair for a little man, and he goes into the back room and disappears. At that point, the big half-elf guy, he leads you back into the main room, where there is another guard waiting, and we will shift scenes very quickly here, back to the jail, where you are led back down the tunnel system and into your cell. At that point, they kind of start, the guards start coming out, they move. They now move you over to the cell closest to Rhea and across from Doc, so that you guys can all see each other, and they go back to their business. At this point, though, there is a secondary guard that is standing outside Rhea's cell with just the spear point kind of tipped in, as I'm assuming Rhea would probably have become feral.
Yeah, she probably was thrashing around a little bit, maybe like talking shit to the guard over there. Yeah.
So the guard who approaches, the one that's got the spear in, he tosses some dried meat into you. Like, while all of this is happening, he's like, "Are you hungry or something?" And he tosses some dried meat in.
Ree she will grab the meat, eat it, and then her mood will be a little bit less hostile. I guess I was a little hangry.
Yeah, he kind of looks at the archer and he says, "Are you fucking daft? She was hungry." He kind of says, I could only shoot her once. She would have punched my skull in."
Hey, he's got a point there. I absolutely would have.
Okay. And besides that, the guards do leave you.
Bofer, where did you go?
I went through a few tunnels underground. Was I blindfolded or anything?
Nope, not at all. And being a dwarf and being underground in that moment, you're pretty sure of the dimensions as far as like how far you went, where you turned, and what everything was.
I'm gonna go ahead and explain that to them. I was sent to the court system. There were a lot of people there, and apparently, I was brought up on quite a few charges, also including I bribed a church official.
You bribed a church official.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Apparently, I gave the wrong person the gold, and they charged me for it. And I'm going to be charged 280 gold.
What gold?
Apparently, the way they do judging here is large fines and stockade and in jail time.
No, who did you give gold to? I thought I had all the gold.
I gave gems to someone so they could tell me some things about what happened.
What? To who? And what gems?
Sir Roderick, and the gems we found before I died.
How many of those gems?
8.
All of them minus
So-
one?
No, there's 2.
So the man who screamed "Stop miscreants" received several gems to scream "Stop miscreants" and bring attention to us as we tried to flee.
Apparently.
Okay.
Wait, why'd you give him gems?
He said he was going to tell me some things about my family.
Did he?
No.
I could tell you some things about your family, Bofer. You're gonna give me gems?
Oh
gave
yeah,
him
I
the
got
gold.
plenty to tell you about your family too.
But I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that me and your fines are definitely a lot lower than she and Ree's.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. You can't prove a goddamn thing.
Ree, wait, did I hear anything like while I was walking away or no?
Yeah, did we hear the commotion that Rhea was making?
No, Ree's loud, but look, you guys were in an open space and about 100 feet away. So between all of the guys yelling, the horns going off, the screaming, like, yeah, you heard initially screaming, but you did not see Ree assault anybody.
Well,
Okay.
we just tell the truth and it'll be fine. That's what I intend to
The
do.
thing is they have a zone of truth spell in there.
Yeah, so make it nice and easy.
That's true enough, but I don't know what they're going to ask us.
Were you planning on lying?
No,
I have nothing to lie about.
it's true enough. It's just I don't. Yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen.
What were your charges?
Bribing a guard,
Right. Yes, and also
a clergyman, sacrilegion, a few other things, abating and aiding a.
Flip it and reverse that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
aiding
and abetting.
abetting. Yeah, ABETTI.
Aiding and abetting a criminal, and also harboring a criminal.
Well, yeah, the zone of truth is going to help a lot, I think.
And they can hear us down here, so
I have nothing to hide. I've been saying that from the start. They could throw me in the zone of truth right now. I'll walk out of here.
hey, with your claws, can you tell us how much we have right now?
As you say that, this dude who's holding the spear kind of backs up, and he turns around and looks down at you. How much do you have?
Wait a
Well, I
minute.
don't have I don't have the stuff on me.
Oh right, yeah. Never mind.
I mean, do you want to make an intelligence check to see if you know how much you have?
No, I know exactly how much.
Oh, okay. You're just playing a game. Okay.
All right. I guess that's not gonna work then.
So yours was 280 for all of that. That's what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't tell me how much everyone else's was, but I'm guessing she's is at least 2,500, if not handing over.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I could potentially do something else though.
Oh boy. Here we
Like
go.
what, Bofer? Do you have any more gems you want to give to other people?
I picked up this fireball scroll in the Sun of the Citadel.
No, but I do have access to a family account, possibly.
You sure she didn't cut you out after you screamed in her face?
It's not that I would be cut out. As a child, or not as a child, but as I was growing up, I was told a few things about. Would I have been told a few things about it? Like, would my mother want to or no?
On a very rare occasion, like if your father was away for supply runs and whatnot,
Like, if we ever needed money.
Like, yeah, your mom would have told you, again, you're 80-something years old, you've maybe heard it 3 times ever. But yes, you have been told, like, hey, mommy's got money, it's okay.
I do have access. Well, I do have my ring.
Bingo.
Which is...
Yep, that's a surefire way to get access.
I could get my account this way.
Well, I guess you need to make a decision then.
I mean, either we somehow come up with, I don't know how much they owe, but it's probably going to be well over 1,000 gold.
Like I said, you need to decide if other people are worth your family's fortune.
I've never met them.
Your family?
No. I only met my mother and my father. I never met my... no. Yeah, I never met anyone else.
Well, let me say this, Bofer. If you pay for everybody, she'll look over at the cell next to her. To get out of here, I would say that should put you back in Mordine's good graces because you're a better person than I am.
Fuck, that's savage.
I just didn't want to see anyone get hurt, especially because they're just doing their job.
That is a fair fucking point.
But I'll have to. If I do this, I don't know what the repercussions will be.
Well, are we going to be wanted? Because if not, then we're a
No,
step ahead of where we are right now.
I'm still part of the family, but I'm not sure if they know I'm still alive because it's a few days walk away from Helmcar, and I don't think my mother's there yet if she went that way.
Well, in that case, they won't know who took it. It's perfect.
I guess that's what we'll have to do then. If it costs more to get us out of here, that's what we'll have to do.
Yeah.
Guard.
He kind of the spearman turns towards you. Yes. What can I do for you?
Could you call one of the bankers down here, please? If it is allowed by the Grand Magister.
He nods and he says, "Is this what you wish as far as your witness is concerned? Have you spoken to your friends about the proceedings?"
Yes, the witness. Do we have any witnesses that will actually really help us down here?
I can.
The guard stops you and he says, "I'm sorry. I've been doing this for 14 years. You can call anybody you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a witness per se. Typically, we see people call a witness, but
okay.
I can call a
no.
banker for you if you'd like."
Just not as a witness. We would have to speak to my friends about a witness.
I have a question, Xavier.
Yes.
Is there a thieves guild in town?
This is your first time in Middleton. You're not entirely sure, but it's the central hub for the entire continent. You're pretty sure there's a lot of fucking thieves guilds
Okay.
here. But thieves guilds don't operate openly, but they're everywhere. So if you look hard enough, then you might be able to find one.
Yes, but I have an idea. Doc, how about I ask for the best lawyer in town?
The guard kind of puts a hand up and he says, "We don't do that here. This is what do you call it? It is I don't know the terminology for it in the common tongue, but because this is a collective community, we take bits and pieces of justice from the four kingdoms, and we combine them together. We don't have people to fight for you. We have witnesses to speak on your behalf, or people to speak to your good graces. Or, if you would wish, I could go get, I don't know, somebody to bring you a pie. It doesn't matter. But
Oh, could you? That'd be great.
you want a pie? I bring you. I know. He steps over and he says, "There is a tavern keeper who works at the Green Lizard Gizzard. He makes the most fabulous fruit and meat pies. It is raisins with beef. You want me to bring him?
Yeah, we've
Great,
had
That was-
Great.
What?
I can
What?
do this now for you if you'd like."
Great.
No,
Remember.
it's okay.
Everybody gets one, so you are aware.
No, it's fine. We don't need a pie from him.
But maybe
I'm pretty-
she
I'm
does.
pretty sh- I'm pretty sure-
Small
I'm
goblin
pretty
lady,
sure-
would you like a? I can bring you the meat pie guy.
I'm
I
sure
know a
he's
meat pie guy.
busy, and I'm going to emphasize the busy part.
So
Meat pie sounds pretty good though. We don't want him to come here.
No.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question. So I have
Never mind
I
the
know
meat pie.
I mean I know that we're kind of in jail, but are we allowed to get outside at all, like even in chains? I like to just get fresh air at any point.
He
I will
stops
go in
down and looks at
chains,
you and
but-
he says, "No, unfortunately, as soon as the proceedings are over, you will see free air. I'm sorry, I don't know the translation, but you will see free air. I think is the translation I'm thinking of, in the form of release, meaning you are set free like a bat who has been released from his cage, or you will be brought to the stockades, which is also free air until you are thrown in the stockades. Or you will see free air until you reach the gallows, and then you will be hung. But I am not sure of your crimes. They don't tell me these things. I'm a simple man, but they've been doing this job for a long time. So.
Okay, I was just hoping to be able to.
I'm sorry. I wish I could be more help for you.
No, you're helpful.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Nobody, my wife doesn't even tell me I'm helpful. This is very nice of you. You're kind. Thank you.
I do appreciate you handing me the meat, buddy.
He kind of turns around and he says again, "Oh, yeah, that is no problem. Look, we are not here to be your enemies. We are here to make sure that you are comfortable, within our care. Are you hungry? We will bring you. I can bring you more food. I have fresh water. I am legally allowed to bring you ale if you would like."
Oh,
I just have a weird thing I kind of
He
needed to
literally
do.
immediately pops off a water skin. There's 2 water skins on his belt. He pops one off and puts it through the hole in the cage, and he says, "If you want ale, little goblin lady, who is very feisty, and you, by the way, you are all the talk in the town guard, the town militia, and through 6 mercenary groups in this town for being the only goblinoid in history to break free from the iron bands of Bellario. You are going to go down as a legend, even if they cut your head off in 2 days."
That's reassuring.
But
thanks.
I'm sure your crimes aren't that crazy. They're not going to execute you. But seriously, you are strong.
I'm strong as fuck.
You are very strong. I am legitimately afraid of you. This guy over here, he nods to the left, tells me he's going to put an arrow in you if you try to move through the gate. I say, "Oh, you're gonna need about 15 of those fuckers to bring this little goblin down. She's crazy. She's got the brain of a what do you call it? What is the translation in your language? Bear woman. Berserker. That's it. You're crazy, right?"
Well, I mean, now you're being a little insulting, but yeah, I guess, yeah.
Well, no, you know what I mean. Like, somebody punches you in the nose, you get so angry that you get physically stronger.
Oh yeah, I do that. Yeah, definitely.
Is there?
I like it.
Are there? Is there anybody?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Is there anybody in town that like runs errands? Like you pay them to run errands for you?
Bitch boy?
I
Courier.
guess.
Oh, a courier.
boy.
No,
Yeah,
not
sorry.
necessarily a courier. Just errands.
I apologize. Within our ranks, we refer to them as the bitch boys, those who cannot hold a sword or a shield. Yes, but we do we do have a God damn it, Bofer. We do have a courier service, like somebody who would bring notes from point A to point B. Is that what I'm understanding? You want
I
like
think
a courier service is somebody who delivers messages.
yes, that would be fine.
Sure, I can bring you a courier. What would you like? You tell me what you need. You can have one person brought to you. Each of you, one person for whatever you need. You only get them for 15 minutes. I'm sorry, for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
I will call the head banker of the city, please, and make sure he and explicitly the main accounts.
He kind of nods and he looks to the right towards the guy at the door, and and again, you guys aren't entirely sure what he says, but he says, "Nequashkol, mia akusti ia branoshti agatos, kata?" And the guy says, "Kasa," and he nods and he turns and he walks out. "Okay, I got the one for you." He pulls out a small scroll. He puts it through the slot, and he unravels it, and he hands a quill through, and he says, "I'm going to need you to sign and write exactly what you just told me, plus your signature underneath, so that we can, process it through the proper channels. Bureaucracy's a bitch." Anybody else have any idea? Oh, shit. He kind of turns and he runs back towards She's cell and looks in. He kind of glances in. Oh, shit. I thought maybe she had died. She was so quiet, it scared me for a minute. Okay, she's good.
She does a lot of reflecting.
Yeah, apparently. I was nervous that we lost her, in which case I would have just also lost my job.
She's going to meet his gaze, and it's just, it's the look of an animal that's going to go out fighting.
He kind of like, actually, no, Give me an intimidate check.
Bite me.
Okay. This is not gonna go well. No.
Oof.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I rolled a
Oh, it looks
15
like.
plus the 1, so he kind of looks down at you as you do that, and he kind of like rears back and he goes, "It's like somebody took the claws off of a cat and then threw them at the wall while she watched." I'm sorry, I don't know the translation, but it's very. You are sick. Would you like us to call a cleric for you? I can provide a priest for your witness if you would like. In lieu of your witness, excuse me.
Doc, did he just insult you?
He kind of shouts. He looks over his shoulder. No, hey, look, no. Okay, hold on for a minute. No, I'm talking about an actual cat. I am not a racist. It has nothing to do with this. The Tabaxi are very popular in Port Emerson. We have many Tabaxi, including an entire guild of very professional, very knowledgeable assassins. So it has nothing to do with cats. Well, it does. It has everything to do with cats, but not the cat people.
Doc
Not
raises
peddling, buddy.
as he says, "Talented assassins." Doc just raises her eyebrows at Bofer.
Okay. Point taken.
Okay, does anybody else have anybody...
I will need a courier.
Okay, I will... he turns to the side, and he kind of glances past you, and he says, Ekoji manatos, ia bradnosti na koriatetias. Kind of nods, and he says, koriatetias. And he turns and he walks out. While that happens, another guy comes out of the door to the northeast, and he stands guard where these other two schmucks have left, just in case you guys try anything crazy.
Drop kick dwarf.
Yeah. All right. So those two have been sent off. He says, anybody else, or can I go back to actually, just sitting? Because, quite frankly, I'm kind of tired.
Sounds kind of boring.
This is a terrible job, but it pays the bills. Oh, sorry, what?
When he had talked to Tarnak about the cleric and stuff, she was trying to just continue that kind of just flat intimidating look, and not acknowledge it, and just kind of ended up like coughing and hacking a little bit because she's got one fucking hit point, but didn't agree or disagree one way or another.
I could heal her.
He kind of steps back, and he looks over at you, and he says, how am I supposed to know what you are supposed to be or do? How could I possibly tell that? I am simply here to make sure that you don't die, and that I don't die trying to make sure that you don't die.
If I guess you bring me to her in shackles, I could. I just need my what is it called? My gauntlet, and I can heal her.
You want me to bring you something with the symbol of your god on it so you can perform some sort of trickery? No. Sorry. That is very clever of you, but I will not fall for that.
I could use my healer's kit if you're worried about her health. It's only healing stuff in there. There's nothing that could hurt you.
He kind of looks down at you. She is a prisoner, and...
Okay.
Alright. I thought I was going to have to explain more. Alright, I'll leave it at that.
You're trying to do your job. She's alive.
He says, yes, she may fester over the next couple of days, but if she does not request somebody to heal her, she went down in a way that kind of signed her own death warrant. Anyways,
She don't make this giant waste.
And don't waste the gold.
It's already wasted. We're in jail. If you die on top of it, then it really wasn't worth it.
You're gonna walk free.
You might too.
We'll see.
I hope I don't, because if I walk free, then open hunt continues.
We'll definitely have to figure something out. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I have enough line of credit here.
Your gold pieces, dwarf, aren't going to stop the camps from coming after me.
No, but it definitely delay it.
Please don't upset her. She may choke on her own anger and die, and then I will be in a lot of trouble.
I think that's happened already.
Alright. I think everybody here is getting hungry. I'm going to have the cooks bring down some potato stew. We are going to have a little bit of, don't know the translation, kutsava meat inside of it. You will all eat it so you do not perish, and we will go out about the business, okay? Does that sound good?
Yes.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you.
See, the only polite person in this whole place is the fucking goblin. Just people.
Hey.
Well, I take that. Okay, settle down.
You could have just said goblin. You didn't have to say fuck.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. But you know what? I mean, look, no offense.
Fly into a rage again.
Yeah, that was kind of mean, man.
He immediately shuts the fuck up. As soon as you say, I may fly into it, he's whoop, done. Quiet in the hallway. Door opens, door closes. About 5 minutes later, door opens again, and you hear a tray bumbling with bowls. As he walks back down, slips one bowl into she. It's a hot, steaming bowl of some sort of soup with a little crusty bread on the side. Slips two into Ree with 2 pieces of crusty bread, and he literally presses his face against the bar and he says, I didn't mean what I said. I'm so sorry. Look, I understand what you're capable of. We have great people in the city that I am from. Great berserkers. They are legendary heroes. I think you could be that hero. Come to Port Emerson. And he kind of steps back, and then he moves down again, turning this time to Beaufort, giving 1 bowl, and turning to Doc, again giving 1 bowl with some bread.
Thank you.
All right, real quick pause while you guys are eating. Gray, what are you doing? So you've spent the last couple hours groveling like some homeless man out in front of a whatever you call the fancy word for what they have in Nigeria, the big conglomerate multi-million corporation place. So what are you doing from there? Here's what I'll give you. Over like the next 10 minutes or so of you concluding your groveling and gaining money, you notice that they are starting to post on what is called the Public Judgment Board the next day's worth of public judgments. Those are people who are going to go to court in the next 24 hours. You glance at it very briefly, because I'm sure you'd be curious to do so, and you do see the names of 4 of your friends. Or 4 of your... hold on. I'm jumping to conclusions. Yes, thank you. Your companions. People you followed and watched.
Yeah.
You find 4. You find the other 4 puppets. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, that's not the correct. I think I'd like to ask earlier if I could. I don't mind spending a bit more silver or something, but can I have replaced my drum with like a flute, something smaller?
Your drum with a flute. So you want to sell your drum and buy a flute? Is that what it is?
No, I was just gonna drop the drum somewhere.
So you're just gonna leave a war drum hanging out? Yeah.
No, I was thinking of more specifically place it so they think I could like I've gone a certain way.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you do this? Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
This is you investigating the area to see if you can actually find somebody who sells decent flutes that would be of professional bard quality and not just cheap children's toys.
Nah.
It's tough, man. I mean, you find instruments, but nobody has a true flute. Now, flutes are very rare. I mean, you're looking at like a essentially a side played recorder, like a horizontally played recorder. You cannot find one for the fucking life of you. People have chimes, drums, lots of different types of horns, books on poetry, and it just nothing rings true to you. Do you still throw the drum away?
I mean, it's too big to keep.
It is
He
very
doesn't
big.
need it.
And at
Yeah.
the end of what you are doing right now, that your disguised self is, you feel it about to fade.
Yeah, he'll do it because he's more of preserving himself.
Okay, so you dump it. We'll say for all intents and purposes, you dump it. I'm just gonna jump real quick on the map, and I'm gonna pull you with me so that we can be on the same page of where it's going. So you were in like Trader's Row. So we're gonna say that you went behind these hay bales, back here, and you dropped the drum back here. Okay, that's where you were looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for what I'm actually gonna do, I have no idea.
Okay.
I think
We can leave it alone and let you just kind of hang out and progress. I mean, if you want to still just be a vagabond, you can be a vagabond. You've seen the
his
public
whole
posting.
begging. Yeah, I think his whole like begging thing is gonna be, I guess, him carefully, I guess, watching guard rotations throughout the court.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to go to court.
Not today, isn't it tomorrow? Because it's
It is
it
tomorrow,
late
but
to-
you just said throughout
Yeah.
court. So are you going to do it
I mean,
throughout the next day?
throughout the day, like around the court is what I meant.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, court is already done for today, as it is already probably damn near 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, as you watch it, give me another investigation check.
Okay, hopefully this one's better.
I hope so too. You're not bad at investigation. You're way better at
I'm
perception.
not.
Oh,
Another 9.
So you you try to watch the rotation, but here's the thing about Middleton that is actually good knowledge for anybody. Middleton is comprised of many bands of mercenaries from all of the other 4 kingdoms. They do have a town militia, but all of the other guard structures are individual mercenary companies that act within the town. And you can't figure out how the fuck they're rotating because the heraldry is just throwing you off. You're seeing flags and symbols and belts and buckles and weird things that just make no sense to you, and you just cannot pick it up. But you do know that these guys are going to be on trial tomorrow.
Yeah, in that case, I guess he'll try his best and try and spend as little as possible, but still try and be like, I guess, not gray, because he's gonna try and go in the court tomorrow if it's free.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you are gonna continue to beg, is that right? While you're out
Yeah,
here,
but he's gonna try and I guess, amp it up even more for when he goes into court tomorrow, because he wants to.
Okay, so if we're gonna move from okay, so that's what you're doing now. Are you going to continue to actually actively beg though, throughout the night or throughout the evening?
Throughout the night, no, I think he's just gonna try and not get caught.
Okay, so where are you going to rest? I have very special questions for Gray.
I know.
I mean,
Okay.
there are locations that you can just go to
Yeah.
and try to camp out in an alley, but I'm trying to figure out what is your intention as far as or you could not sleep, but it's gonna cost you exhaustion.
Okay, here's another question. Can I find a hand drum?
A hand drum?
Yes.
That is actually a very common instrument, so I'll tell you what. Give me an investigation check, but do it with advantage this time. If you roll 2 9s, you don't find an instrument for the rest of the campaign. Reroll.
Yeah. If I find 2 9s, I'm giving up on being a bard. I'm now a fighter. I rolled 2 10s. 13.
Oh, whoa, what
I don't know why it added them
That is
together. It's just
yes.
13.
really fucking
Yeah.
weird, man. That is super
It's-
strange.
Yeah.
Okay, so 13, better than a 9. It is a very common instrument to find. Kids beat on hand drums all the time. Yeah, you find a hand drum, and they will sell it to you. It's not a great hand drum. It's not like masterwork. It's like sheepskin, dried sheepskin pulled over a wooden ring.
It'll serve its purpose.
But you are offered a trade. Oh, you don't have the war drum with you. Never mind.
I don't have no.
Okay, we'll say 3 silver.
Okay. I'll remove 3 silver.
So removes 3 silver, add a hand drum, and you have a hand drum. Now the hand drum, by the way, is played with the hand, not with a stick. So just okay.
I am luckily proficient in this, so that means I can use it, right? For my.
What, sorry, say that again.
I'm proficient with this, so does that mean I can still use it for like my spells?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yep, it is used for material components only.
Okay.
Words, and the actual movements are a different thing.
In that case, where Grace spends the night would be in the underground trapdoor that where we fought Sharwin, because he's the one that closed the door to it.
So you're gonna go outside the city and sneak over there and go underground?
Yeah, I was gonna cast invisibility one more time since he's gonna sleep anyway. Well, he expects to sleep anyway.
And invisibility lasts an hour?
An hour, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get weird. Okay.
Because this is just to get him there.
Okay. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So, you cast invisibility with your hand drum. You go invisible.
Spell slot.
You sneak. Do you have a spell slot left?
I do. I have many spell slots.
Okay.
Still.
You sneak outside the city, and you find the hatch door. You pop it open, and the scent of rot and decay immediately assail your senses. You go down there, as this has been less than 24 hours since you guys were down here before, and sure as shit, among all of the corpses and blood and weird shit, nobody has been down here to investigate because you guys haven't told anybody about it. And yeah, you find a very... God, this is like the saddest place you've ever had to rest in. And it's a very uncomfortable rest, but you do find rest.
It's not the worst.
It's not the worst of times, but it's not the best of times.
Yeah, I mean, they had like a semi-decent, nice library right before the trapdoor.
Correct. She did have a library. And hang on, let me take a look at your languages. God, what the fuck, Gray?
I only speak. Yeah.
What a weird... You don't know anything that's being said.
I mean, I do have detect language. I mean, comprehend languages.
Are you going to cast it and sit and read through it, or are you going to sleep?
I mean, I'll take along, I guess, wait till tomorrow, so he's just going to buy time.
Okay, understood. We'll pause with you as far as that's concerned, and then let me just make a quick jump.
I'll mark off the spell again, I guess.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we're going to jump back over to the jail. We're going to do 2 quick things, and then we will end for tonight, because we're coming up on almost 10:30 here. So, actually, we're going to do 1 quick thing, and we'll end with the second, or we'll start with the second thing next time. Okay, so... The first thing that was called for on your guys' behalf was the banker. If I'm not, am I correct about that? Was it the banker, or
was it the courier, or was it the banker?
That's what I'm asking. Was it the courier or the banker that was called for first? I'm almost positive it was the banker.
Pretty sure it was the banker, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay.
Banker was first, but before that happens, I have a question. There's the food that was, I'm assuming it was through there's like a gap in the bars at the bottom.
There is, there is. There's a small gap where they would reach through. So there's a gap in the bottom of like 1 bar missing, and then a gap in the top in the same exact row where a bar is missing, just in that spot, so that they can do feet and hands to shackle.
No, I was trying to see if it was a straight shot between the gap in the bars that I have in the gap in Reese. Just like a no bar.
Oh,
yeah,
you mean yes, it is.
Okay, then I'm going to slide my bowl of food to Ree, because Ree needs to have strength up if he's going to continue to be a goblin.
I already have 2 bowls, but thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you're strong enough. You're
literally
across the ground.
I mean, you're literally dying. Like, your intestines are out-testines right now.
Make an insight check for me.
Okay.
Do it with advantage, because she is at 1 hit point. Oops.
Okay, so hitting Alt didn't actually automatically do the advantage for some reason. All right, I'm going to do that again.
All right. 12's actually not bad.
So when you slide
Super
your
normally shift
when you
for
slide your
it.
mouse from
Not
one
better.
Whoa,
This is
Zero!
not
What
better.
the fuck?
when you slide your mouse from one side to the next while pushing Alt, you have to unclick Alt and click it again to do advantage.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay.
I'm so glad I'm not a player.
You can also just hold shift too when you click to do the roll to get advantage.
I have it.
Oh,
Yeah, I have it ask me. I just have it prompt me whenever I like roll anything. Usually,
fair.
but yeah.
Okay, so you notice as the bowl slides over to you, and you're like, "Oh, I've already got 2 bowls." You've already stuffed your face with 1.5 bowls. You realize that the facade that is now encompassed all of she is that of a sick elderly dog that's about to get put down. She is fucked up. She is cut from, her shoulder blade all the way down, like, a quarter down her rib cage. She has 2 gaping wounds in her chest from crossbow bolts. She's sickly, she's sweating, she's panting. She looks almost gray compared to her normal green tint. She looks very ill.
I think I've spent more time in the past 5 months of playing Gray than I actually have.
That's actually
Green.
true. I was gonna say
Yeah.
this is pretty much par for the course. Honestly, like it's at this point it's weird for Ree to see she like at a normal like healthy skin tone.
Fair enough. You're like, oh yeah, that's a tough broad. She's still standing after 2 crossbow bolts and a full blown longsword blow. She's good.
Yeah.
But with that being said, though, she does look very weak. But there's still something in her. Like, you still see that spark. Like, nah, this bitch ain't going down. There's no way.
What? But why? If you need to keep going, why give this to me?
It takes a lot of food to fuel your fights. I've seen it. It's a blatant, like, not honest thing that she's saying. She's not even trying to hide it.
Yeah, Reed wouldn't be comfortable keeping the bowl. She's like, no, it's yours. You can't. You're gonna die if you don't eat this.
No response.
Okay. So you slide the bowl back across, Ree?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this cooling quickly bowl of stew, we'll call it, sitting back inside your cell.
Yep. It's not gonna get touched. We can move to bankery things.
Okay. On that note, the banker pops in and begins to walk towards Beaufort's cell. She stops. Give me a second here. With the guard following, the guard kind of glances in towards you.
Tattoos.
Glances in towards you, Beaufort, and he says, "You told us to bring you the lead banker. Is that correct? In lieu of your witness?"
Yes, as more as a, I guess you can call it that.
Yes. Unfortunately, you can only call one person to your defense or to speak with as a last resort, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure of the translation. I'm sorry. I apologize. Common is not my native tongue, so I speak kind of silly. This is Corey Staunton, who is our lead banker here in Mitterton. I will give you your 10 minutes. And then he turns and he walks back to the door.
Is she a dwarf?
Yes, dwarf. Absolutely shaven, completely bald on top. Big, bushy brown eyebrows and a huge chin strap beard that ties all the way down to her belly button. She has these blue tattoos that reach around the front of her head that are very clearly divine in nature, though you're not entirely sure what they represent. She looks over at you and she says, Master Anvilrock, I believe you've called for me?
Sorry, one quick question, or looking out of character right now. And what was your last name?
Stonethorn. I'm Corey Stonethorn of House Stonethorn.
Subhouse.
I'm sorry?
Uh, is that the main house or a subhouse?
No, Master Anvilrock. I am pureblood. That is my main house.
Understood. Well, let me take a look at my notes here for one moment.
She eyes your almost naked body, and she pulls out her own journal. Did you have notes?
Yes.
Oh, your brain. Sorry.
Yes. So you see, we are currently in rags. If possible, we will need clothes for all of us because I don't think that we can appear in court this way. Don't you think so?
She kind of blinks at you, and she says,
And also, we will need the accounts for the charges on what will come. So we will be paying that way. And I'm going to go ahead and pull off my ring and show it to her.
She kind of glances down at it, and she says, I guess. The signet of Anvilrock. One moment, if you wouldn't mind, Master Anvilrock. She pulls out she's got her own tome in her hand. She flips through. She kind of goes down a list, and she flips to the next page, and you see her eyebrows starting to kind of like get more and more worried as she gets to the final page, and she slaps her hand down. She says, "Oh, what charges have been brought against you? How much is necessary to pay off your legal necessity?"
Is that my whole account or the family's whole account? No other one else's.
She kind of blinks heavy, and she says, "Well, yes, you have the signet, and this
May
is..."
I see the book? You can place it against the bars, and I will step away if the guards allow.
She glances over at the guards, and you hear from the other end, "It's your 10 minutes. You do what you need to do." And she finally, she lifts and she places it against the bars. Ever's, like, kind of keeping it out of, like, grabbing range, but...
Understood.
Yeah, she's holding it close enough, and you see, sure as shit, for the last, like, 6 months, there's been, like, 95 silver in the account. In the entire family account. There is nothing. She flips it a page back, and about 8 months ago, almost 450,000 gold pieces worth of value was removed from the account, and the person who removed it has been redacted. I'm sorry, Master Anvilthorn. I can provide you with the silver if you need.
It's Anvilrock, but...
Oh, my apologies. Oh shit, I was thinking of the two houses. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, Master Anvilthorn. Anvilrock, I'm not worthy to be here right now. Would you like your silver cashed out, Master?
No. Leave it.
You still have 6 minutes, Master. Is there anything else I can provide you with? I'm so sorry.
Doc, it doesn't look like we're going to have a way out of this with this account.
You didn't come across.
Well, we'll have to figure something out.
Yep. Alright, well, thank you for your time. You can go.
She kind of eyes you up and down, and she reaches her left arm through the bars, almost out to you, with her palm face down, out to you, and she says, "I believe this is yours."
Thank you.
and she drops into your palm, if you're reaching out, that is, a small stone, and you see that it is a small teardrop diamond worth 300 gold pieces. Very familiar. Teardrop diamonds are like the easy revivify go-to. Bam! And she drops one into your palm.
Do I have food with me right now?
Yeah. I mean, unless you ate the stew. But besides that, no, you don't have anything.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it.
Okay, and she switches to Dwarven and she says, Moradin be praised.
Moradin be praised.
And she reaches her hand back out, and the guard at the other end says, I don't. Kenneth says, I thought he was going to eat the diamond. Everybody in your group thought you were going to eat that fucking...
The reason I didn't do that is I'd have to do a performance check.
Can you imagine just being like, oh, pop that pill and shit it out in 2 days?
I was like, no, motherfucker, don't eat the diamond.
I looked at my performance, and I was just going to put it in my mouth.
Literally shitting diamonds.
You would die choking on it, and you'd have to revivify yourself with the diamond in your throat.
I'm so sorry, but Stonethorn, I thought it was a sub-house.
No.
Of, where is it in my notes? Can you say that name one more time? I've been looking for it.
Anvilthorn? Are you talking about, okay, so there is, who are you talking about, bud?
The rivals.
Oh! So you are thinking of... Oh, let's see. So there's Anvil Rock and... Oh, it's not on my immediate notes. But I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
I thought it was a sub-house because thorns are in it.
Fucking dwarves and their common names, man. Come on. So she turns and she walks past you guys. She does exit. And that is that. Does anybody within the cells have any last minute things we want to do? I know it's already 10:35, so we're going to go ahead and end very particularly quickly. But if you guys have anything else, let's do it.
I was just going to do the messenger thing, or the courier. I don't know if you want to do that now or next time.
Is it literally just a courier message?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck it. We'll just do it right now. Okay. So we'll say that a courier, okay, comes in. Small boy, human boy, maybe some elven blood in him somewhere. His ears are slightly pointed. You're not entirely sure. Maybe halfling. He's a little bit smaller than average. You're not sure. Anyways, he comes in. He's led in by the guards. The guard says, "You requested a courier?"
I did. Thank you.
And the boy said, he kind of like looks up, like into the bars, literally his whole head into the bars, and he goes, "A tabaxi?"
Yeah, I'll actually kneel down.
A tabaxi?
I'll get down onto my knees.
My mom said you were big cat people, and she was right.
She was right. Yeah, she was right.
Wow! What? He turns around and sees Beaufort, and he says, "Huh! A dwarf!" My sister's not going to believe this. What do you need me to do, cat lady?
I kind of want to test. I think we broke Lucy. I kind of want to test. I just want to say.
No, it's like 5 a.m. in Nigeria. He's sleepy. Let's go.
I'll say.
Stay up all night if I keep seeing this NPC.
I need you to post something up on a job board for me. Are you familiar with the thieves guilds in the area? Do they have a job board?
Wow, I need to make a roll for that. That's very bold of you.
That's not a secret that I'm a thief.
Extremely bold. Oh my god.
I emptied all my shit out.
He kind of blinks and he says, "There's a thief guild in this town?"
Okay. Do you know where the job board is?
Yeah,
Okay.
the green leather get there, the big board behind the guy that has all the things on it, and then those people come in, but they do those still. You know what? This one time I saw a guy come in and he said he was gonna drink this potion, but he said he wasn't gonna do it in like enough time, but he did it, and I swear to you, he shit his intestines out.
Wow.
No, I'm not kidding. Pooped them straight out across the floor, and then Mr. Grom was so mad, he cut his throat because he bled everywhere. And then there was blood and shit all up the wall. And my mom was pissed because I was out past 4.
Yeah.
Oh shit, is that true?
Yeah! He turns around and says, did I just hear a fucking goblin? Oh, shh! Don't tell my mom I said that. Hold on.
I promise that I
And then
will
he
not.
runs down and he switches and he turns towards Ree. He says, wait a minute.
The worst career.
You're literally a goblin?
Yeah, literally a goblin.
How did they not put you in the stockades? They usually do that and bring that spiky paddle to spank your booty because you're so naughty. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. What?
Well, you better be fucking careful because they're coming for you. They're gonna spank your booty with the spike paddle and you're gonna scream because that's what they always do. Okay,
Hey.
hang on.
Holy shit! Is that fucking true, Doc? They're gonna spank me with a spiky paddle?
He turns and runs back. Wait, your name's Doc? You got like a code name? Maybe you are a thief. You are... Okay, what you got for me?
Okay. There's a job board behind the green lizard gizzard. She's gonna say it like kind of like not like he's stupid, but making sure he's getting it.
He kind of slaps. He slaps the boards and he says, "It's not behind it. It's inside of it, behind
Perfect.
the guy."
I was testing you to make sure that you knew, and you did a good job.
You owe me 3
Okay.
more copper.
Okay, I can't pay you till I'm out of jail. Is that gonna be a problem?
He kind of glances around and he says, "What the? Hey, Mister,
Super secret mission that I can pay you when I get out of jail.
make a persuasion check with advantage because this child is 7."
Oh my god.
Oh, it didn't. Hold on, it didn't send it. Did it send it? No, it did not. It only
Hang
did
on,
over
I
here.
got it.
Okay.
I got it. I am
The
seeing a
10 is
persuasion
the
with a
highest.
10. Yeah, wow, got a 6 and a nat 1. What
Uh-huh.
the fuck?
That's how things are gonna go
Give
for
me a
me.
second. Give me a second. Hang on. Let's see if I roll a nat 1. Nope. Rolled a 16. He kind of looks at you and he goes, "Hey, Mither, I don't think he's got anything to pay me with.
Well, if they let me get my stuff, then I can pay you. But I don't have stuff on me. They took it all away.
But what if they murder you before that happens? What if you go to the gallows? Then I get nothing. And I did all this stuff for nothing."
Am I allowed to pay this courier now, or do I have to wait till after I'm out of jail?
You hear the guard say, "If you don't have anything on you, I don't know how you expect to pay him."
Hey, kid.
Kind of turns around. A dwarf. Yes, sir? You have a very nice beard.
It's patchy, right?
Gone.
Dude, it is patchy, but that's okay.
So, I have your payment here, and it is part of the secret mission, but it's only 4 copper.
He kind of looks at you, eyes wide, and he goes, "Holy shit. 4 copper."
It's only 4 copper, and he winks,
He winks and he goes,
and then he puts it in your hand.
"The diamond?"
Yes.
This kid looks down at this thing and he goes, "Son of a bitch, only 4 copper! Fine, I'll do it for 4 copper." Hang on, let me make a performance check for this kid. Holy shit. The guards look at this kid like, wow, he was really excited about 4 copper. And he whips around and he says, "Give me your note. It's only 4 copper, but it's gonna do the job. Do you need anything else?"
Doc, this better be
I
worth
mean, I
it.
kind of do, but I don't think I should ask you to do it. It doesn't seem right.
Mark it off your inventory sheet for me.
Okay.
This better be worth it.
Listen, I really need you to make sure that this makes it onto the job board. Okay?
He looks at you straight in the eyes and he grabs at your fur and he kind of tugs you and he says, "This thing's gonna be so adhered to the job board, nobody's ever gonna be able to fucking remove it.
Well, don't do that because they need to remove it.
Never gonna be able to remove it."
Okay. All right. How are you at climbing? Are you a good climber?
I'm an excellent climber. Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
I learned from my cat.
Okay.
No offense.
No, that's not offensive because I'm
Doc,
not a
do you
cat.
want this? Do you want this kid to read what's on that?
You
Like
could sure
yell it,
try.
like a town yeller.
No.
I'm very good. I can scream. I usually do it when people try to punch me in the alleyways.
Okay, so make sure that this makes it onto the job board.
Yes. What else? What else you need?
I don't think I should ask you to do the other thing.
No, do it. Yeah. What? Come on. That's
You could
no
get-
fair.
No, you'll get hurt. It's okay.
No,
Doc,
stop it!
Doc.
He tugs you in and he literally like grabs you in between the bars and he goes, "You have no idea how high I can fly."
I believe you.
Doc, just tell him
No.
he was paid well, and I'm gonna emphasize that.
4 copper. It was the best payday of my whole life. I can't do it.
Brandon, Beaufort spoke Gnomish to me before, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In Gnomish, I'm gonna say I can't have this kid climb on top of a building.
Are they gonna look at him? Are they looking at us right now?
I'm rolling for that right now. Give me 1 sec. Nope. Nobody looks at you cockeyed.
I gave him a fucking diamond. Just tell him.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Yes. Anything for you.
Okay. When you see somebody take this, I want you to make sure that you'll know if they're doing the job, okay? I want you to kind of follow them, just make sure they do the job. Sound good?
He is watching you spot on. Yes.
Okay. Make sure that they do the job. And if nobody takes this, then
Then what?
can you come back and tell me if nobody takes this by like 10 o'clock tonight?
He glances at the guards and he says, "I don't think they'll let me back down here, but I think I have a way to maybe get somebody to send you a message.
That'd be great.
But I'm gonna need this." And he reaches in and he plucks one of your fucking whiskers right out of your face. And he looks around at the guards. You kind of, and he says, "Ha ha ha ha! See, cat got your tongue."
Take this and put it on the job board.
And he snatches it out of your hand and he turns around and he says, "Okay, thanks, cat lady. Bye bye." And he fucking bolts for the door. And the guards let him through. And the one guard, you hear him say, "That was hands down the weirdest child I think I've ever encountered in my entire life."
In Gnomish, I'm gonna say, I hope this is worth it.
In Gnomish, I will say back, you won't know it, but I hope so too.
Did you think I was gonna pay him with that diamond?
Oh, I fucking knew you were paying with the damn diamond. I was like, don't you fucking... First you're gonna eat it, and then you give it to a kid.
Hey, I can't. You show Xavier. I'm not gonna meta that, so I don't know how important that message is gonna be.
It's pretty fucking important, to be honest.
I haven't even read it yet. I'm gonna read it after stream because I'm curious to see how hardcore it is.
It's pretty
I'm
fucking
sure,
important.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because as soon as you failed that persuasion check, I'm like, fuck. I know exactly what I need to do, but I don't want to do it.
Well, mostly Doc is pissed because you're paying off the mental debt she has. She's like, God dang it, that was 300 gold. Okay, all right.
Hey, you don't know that?
I think it's hilarious that, like, at one point, Beaufort was, like, hoarding all the gems. Now suddenly it's just, like, candy. Just not like
Hey,
candy.
I don't hoard any of the
dying.
gold. I hoard gems as payment.
I was
don't
gonna
hoard
say
the
he
gold.
knew shit was gonna hit the fan and he was gonna have to pay some bitches off.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah,
He has successfully paid
Yeah.
a lot of people off, for better or
don't-
worse.
It's
We
true.
don't know that was a diamond, right?
Nope. Oh, wait,
No.
you do. I said it in Gnomish.
Oh, you
I said
did
I,
say
I
it.
gave him a
You-
fucking diamond.
Yes, you did. But only you two know that. Nobody else
In
knows
Gnomish, in Gnomish, I say,
Yeah, nobody ever
fucking
saw it
what?
or heard of it. Yeah.
All right, guys. It is 10:47. Two things. First of all, thank you guys very much for being willing to play as late as we were played, especially Lucy, who, quite frankly, lives in Africa, so that's crazy. And Kat, I see you bobbing heads. I know you have to work tomorrow. Make sure you wake up, drink some very strong, very dark coffee, get your creamer, get a little...
I'm not tired. Just the weather is making it impossible to fucking
we
breathe lately.
understand. Well, you saw how the baby was yesterday. I mean, when we played D&D. God damn.
Yeah, I
D&D this
I
week.
did so many. I don't have plague explanations today. It's not even funny.
I understand that. Well, either way, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Do
All the
excellent
coffee.
tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Do well tomorrow at work. Guys, we'll see you hopefully next weekend for D&D again. We're gonna pick right back up where we left off, where you guys have just two of you have utilized your quote unquote witnesses. Nobody's been interrogated yet, and we're looking at probably damn near 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. on the same day. So tomorrow you will be tried within the court system. So
I just say I
Kevin-
love your NPCs, Xavier. That was
I
my
think it was
favorite.
amazing. I think it was amazing.
it's the only time I truly get to like role play, right? Because I don't get characters because I'm a forever DM. So yeah, I'm glad that Lucy, I and Kev, I'm glad that you guys enjoy them. That kid, he was made up on the fly. I was like, okay, courier, he's got a fucking lisp and he's a goofball. How old is he? 7. Okay, he's smart enough to know things, but not smart enough to know all things.
I love him.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that kid's gonna be set for the next fucking like.
Oh, he's
forever.
fucking-
For life.
If Doc would have said, once you put this up, I need you to smack the bartender in the head with an axe, he would have fucking done it.
I almost made him do it, but Doc
Honestly.
couldn't live with herself. You'll see. I almost
I
said
haven't
just
read it.
do this.
How much does it cost to live in a town for a year?
Depends on the town, and I mean
This
that very
town?
seriously. In this town, it depends on how you're living. So are you living like a really shitty lifestyle? Are you living like a mid lifestyle or a high lifestyle?
Let's say mid.
Mid lifestyle, it'd probably cost between like 80 and 85 gold. So this kid's set for a few years. If he's living at that rate. Plus
Which he's
maybe
not.
like a family member.
He has more money than you have in your account, Bo.
Literally.
Yeah.
I
Way
didn't
more
say
rich than you are.
Now, in
You
his
guys are
defense,
savage as shit.
In Bofer's defense, though, he couldn't use it to pay. So,
Fuck no.
True.
well, thank you guys. That was ridiculously fun and
I mean,
scary.
I
and,
could have put my family in debt.
That is true. That is true. You could have borrowed against them, but you were a good
I
man.
won't do that.
And that may have saved you for the future. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and.
Kevin,
Oh, sorry. Yes, Kat.
I'm going to talk to you, player to DM, at some point this week
Okay.
about some of what's going on in her head and how I anticipate, like, a couple of things. Would you prefer Discord, Facebook? Is there a specific day, anything like that?
Nope, doesn't matter. Either way, whatever floats
Cool.
your boat, just let me know. I'm typically on duty from very early in the morning until about 5 p.m. Monday and Thursday, I am completely free. Tuesday, Candace has her crochet and chill stream, so I mod that for her, and then she mods for me on Wednesday when I do my Temple of Elemental Evil stream.
I was gonna say, if I can't get our kids' earrings out, you might have to make a house call anyway. So,
I mean,
That's fair.
that's
I
pretty
am
fair.
I'm happy to
Like,
help. I'm front loaded my hours this week because I'm moving next weekend. So
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
right.
whenever works. Before
Yeah.
we go into the courtroom scene.
Yes, I would love to hear. Honestly, I would love to hear everything. So yes, let's discuss. Shoot me a message on, let's say, Facebook or Discord, whatever floats your boat. I check them both daily, multiple times, and then we'll go from there and kind of dive into it.
Awesome.
Okay.
thanks everybody.
All right, guys.
Thank
we'll
you.
see you soon. Thank you so much again. Session 23, by the way. This is fucking crazy, man. This is
Oh,
this is
yeah.
really awesome.
Remember, guys, it was only 4 copper.
It was only 4 copper.
Or copper, yeah.
All right, see you guys.
All right, bye, everybody.
Later.
All right, my dudes and dudettes, those of you who have hung out with us for the last almost 4 hours, thank you so much for being here. We're going to raid Applejacks because he's the only person that is currently on right now. This is an Applejack streamer who literally sits in a bowl of Applejacks. So here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you all
Did
soon.
Sayers
Thank
say
you so
anything against the
much.
4 copper? Outside of this?
No, he was just laughing.
We're out of here. Get rid of that garbage. Mm-hmm.
Mexivore.
Whoa, okay, calm down.
Thank you for the raid there.
I'm trying